see this. And so I'm getting ready to start my day, and I was sitting here thinking about something, right? So there's a lot that goes on, I think, in the entertainment industry. And I think that a lot of people do not understand. I mean, they kind of understand, but they don't understand. Um, Hold on. There's a lot of things that go on in the entertainment industry, and I think that a lot of it is ignored. But I think that a lot of it is basically, things are done, but it's actually swept under the rug, like it's hidden, right? So it's done, it's reported, but it's kept secretly. Something that I noticed in the industry, and of course, this is, me, once again on the outside looking in and kind of, having certain experiences. When they know they cannot get you to sell out, when they know they cannot convince you to do shady things, they will then try to have people, to go up against you, right? When they all have maybe something on them, something that can get them got, something that can, truly mess them up. Um, and especially like if you've talked to them before, you've hung out with them, they're like, hey, what's going on with her? What's going on with him? He don't have anything. What can we? And that's what they do. So they team up to get rid of you. And of course, I think, as average Joes and Janes, I think we actually deal with that as well. And so I was thinking about Tyra, and I was thinking about Wendy, and this kind of, and I'm going to do a video on this because I wanted to, you know, talk about this eventually, but I guess we're going to do it sooner than later because, as I said, and I always say, I think I have a good um, spirit of discernment. I think I can judge people, I think, fairly and accurately when it comes to interacting with them. And so I know people that just dislike Wendy and just dislike Tyra. And of course, they don't know these people. They never met these people. They never had an interaction with these people. But based on what people said or what they've seen on a scripted show, they're like, hey, I dislike them. And to me, that's a little weird. That's a little weird because I don't know. I just feel like people who have their own character, their own identity, their own decision on liking people, not liking people. I feel like they, can look at people and they can tell what is, if they're a right person or a wrong person. And so either way, all these allegations, of course, Wendy have no allegations. Or at least have not come forward. And like I said, I would love to do a kind of a dive on that, deep dive on that. But Tyra, of course, there's allegation with, her condoning certain things. And I'm thinking to myself as the victim, because if you're courageous and if you're bold enough to come publicly and tell the general public, right? And let's see if you have no animosity towards a person, right? Because, of course, if something was to go down with me, I would be reporting it for my own safety. I would be reporting it for my own protection, not because I dislike somebody. Now, if I'm gonna come out public, I'm gonna talk about it. Like I said, that's just for me, right? It's not for anyone else. If you are truly a victim of any type of crime, especially something so severe like that, especially on a show where you are a contestant and you are gonna get money for being on the show, so that means that you're clearly going on it for the money, right? Like you're money driven to be on this show. If you had any type of issue while filming this that possibly put you in harm's way, why was the police not called? Why, as soon as you got off the show, why were you not seeking legal fees? Because people have always sued for stupid shit, y'all. Like you have people that have sued for being burnt by hot coffee. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, there has to be an ulterior motive. There has to be an interior motive. There has to be some type of motivational thing behind it. And also that goes into trauma. That's why I said, and I'll continue to say, honey, dealing with people that are in a trauma, like you cannot help everybody, but also dealing with people that are, trauma I'm not even going to say trauma driven, but who have trauma and they have not healed from it, putting them in certain situations will actually end up fucking you up more than it will fuck them up. Because they're going to relive these traumas that they've had and they're going to try to blame you for this current trauma, right? Even though this current trauma relates to other issues, and when these other issues happen, they didn't do anything about it. But because you are in this place, I don't know, maybe because you're a black woman, I don't know, maybe because you're a successful black woman, maybe because you're a single successful black woman, you don't have any history of you being married and or having a baby of your own throughout all these years. You focused on being successful and being an independent woman. I don't know. But, maybe that's why they want to pin this stuff on you. But it just appears to me, like I said, me being someone who has a clean, sober, clear level of understanding, it looks like they just want to take certain people out. And like I said, I will do a deep dive on it. I did make a posting. I didn't kind of want to leave it, hanging there. And then, like I said, going into the people where they're just like, I knew there was a reason why I didn't like this person. And now this giving me a reason because she allowed these people to get whatever on the production, blah blah blah. And it's just like, but you're going by he say she say, and like I said, I've always found that weird when people try to be a Captain Save a Hoe based off of hearsay. Like if you've witnessed something, I can see it, and then I also be thinking of she y'all, and I swear I be feeling like sometimes this be spiritual. Right? Like they said that we live in a simulation. And sometimes I really be thinking that people manifest in this reality and they're empty, right? They're like an empty vessel. Maybe they have some level of understanding or some level of, their own identity and stuff. But I feel like they're open and energies will come in to use them to test your fucking ass. And I didn't really think about this until recently. But looking back, I'm like, it's some people I know where I'm like, I consider myself a good person. I consider myself someone who's very honest and upfront and direct. And so I know when I see and I know what I see and I know what I don't see. And so I would see someone, I would say, okay, this is, a human that has but I know people that will be allegedly the same way, a loving person, understanding, etc., genuine, honest, and they would just be like, I can't stand this person. And like I said, we all have a right to dislike and like what we like. But I'll be thinking to myself, like, am I like the only so-called good person who likes certain people? And just so happen the other good people, well, when I say other people, because they usually only be like one or two people I know that'd be like, I don't like these people. And I'm like, that's so weird to me. But they will support the PDFers. They will support the abusers. They will support people who have openly said they've conned still. And I'm like, hey, maybe we vibe with what we vibe with. And like I said, I think that speaks volumes too. When you support that type of energy, when you support those who have a history of doing fucked up shit, but you don't support those who don't have a history of for whatever reason, maybe because you heard some things about them. It makes me think that maybe you're just like those people that you support, though. Maybe that's why you support them, because maybe you're just like them. Because in my mind, like I said, I see things for what it is, and I don't pacify anything, right? I don't say, well, she did possibly say this to this girl, make this girl for something. But it's like, girl, going back even into the Still the Tyra Banks stuff, this was a production company. This was a reality show based on models trying to get into the industry. And of course, as an executive producer, somebody who's, host of the show, you are going to have people have the exact same experiences that you will feel on the go, that you will have on the go, like to go seats and stuff. And so it's like, if you have no experience in modeling and you just want to hate people to hate people, I can kind of see, like I said, you disliking someone because you heard that they were making these people shave their hair off when they didn't want to. They made people get their gap closed, which, by the way, they didn't have to get their gap closed. They could have just left off the show. Same thing with getting your haircut. You didn't have to get your haircut. You could have, said, I don't want to do it and get off the show. Like, they were not forcing these people to do things they did not want to do. But like I said, from real models and people that actually got that experience like myself, it is a cutthroat situation. Honey, you will go there and they will tell you that you're too fat, girl, and your ribs are showing. Baby, I think I was like 127 pounds. And I was 5'8". And of course we lied and said I was 5'10". But I was like 5'8". and I was told that I need to drop 30 pounds, and I was already 127. And I could show the pictures and block my face, of course, because we're not putting no pre-transitional pictures out there. But I could show you the body, baby. I was skinny girl. You can see my rib cage. You can see my collarbone or clavicle bone, and they were still telling me I need to lose weight because I had a fat ass. They were like, "Yeah, baby, you're a little too big. How much you weigh?" Okay, yeah. And of course, they called me out on my height. They were like, you're not 5'10". But how much you weigh? 127. Yeah, baby, you're still a little chunky. You're a little chunky still. We still see some weight there. You need to drop a good 30 pounds. You come back and see us. And so it's like, this is the things that go on. These are the things that happen in that industry. So it's like, girl, everything that Tyra did, like I said, being an experienced model, having insight on that, going to, even going to behind the scenes, attending a modeling school and stuff. Like, I know how this stuff work. I've never, like, I didn't see anything wrong with what Tyra did. And like I said, the accusations of, certain things is like, are these credible sources? Because allegedly, these people that were alleged that they had experiences with Tyra Banks or on the set while filming, of course, there's levels, to this. And of course, she can't control everything, but that's not, excusing anything to happen. But I'm like, the people that have these experiences and they were alleging that, hey, this came out as a scandal that I was cheating on my man and blah, 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 blah. But it's like, but why not discuss it then when it happened? Why not reach out to your lawyer for defamation and slandering? Because clearly you were vocal about it. I'm pretty sure to other people even now, and even if they had you sign a NDA, that does not excuse abuse. NDA excuse you coming out and talking about anything that might hinder the production team or let's say the expose of what you're doing behind the scenes. But when it comes down to you being put in harm's way, the NDA is actually considered nulled and voided. And so I'm just like, baby, like what's really going on here? And so that's that. Like, so I'm gonna do a kind of a reading on this, and I'm gonna tap in, and I'm gonna give my tea. I can say, outside of the blue, there is a white man that is definitely trying to get rid of Tyra, trying to take her out. And this man works with some type of firm agency because, of course, I'm sitting here and and I'm like, a firm. It is a white man, attractive, older, but he looks younger. And like I said, that's what I'm gonna leave with at that. But we are gonna touch in. I am gonna jump in and tap in because, of course, there's a lot of hate going on around Tyra Banks. There's one thing about me, baby. When it comes down to, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I'm willing to also say who I like and what I like if they are a fucked up ass person. But like I said, what I'm not gonna do is the people that are innocent, the people that are, appear to be righteous, when they are bashed and slandered and drugged, right? And excuse me, and dragged clear across the fucking world and the internet when the people who have actually come out and admitted to doing shit like Naomi Campbell, putting her hands on people, violating people, but people, I still love her. Cardi B allegedly sexually assaulting man as a stripper, but I love her. You have other people that don't have no history of doing that and mysteriously, oh, I just don't like them for some reason. Oh, then they find out, oh, I found out they don't like LGBT people. Oh, I found out that that they were making some of their contestants doing things that were like that I wouldn't allow people to do. And it's like, so not liking LGBT people is worse than drugging men for money. Not putting people through the ringers on a contestant show, on a show that they're clearly competing and they sign contracts to be on. That's how I would love to see what the America's Next Top Model contract look like. Because they clearly signed contracts and release forms to be on this show. And they kind of knew, and if they didn't know, they should have did their research on it because they've always had books on modeling and how the modeling industry works. They've always had it. They still got it, right? And so for them to put people through those, experiences, that's worse than somebody actually having pissy fits and putting their hands on their mates. And that'd be something even deep now I'm sitting there thinking about, right? Because I don't know if, this maid, right? Because I'm just realizing a lot of bullshit now that I'm sitting here in this discussion with y'all. Allegedly, people be like, I'm pro my people. If I identify as a goat, I want to protect other goats. People will be like, all right, hey, this is my fight. This is what okay, bam. And you may not have a dog in this race because this is not your struggle. Okay, that's an agreement. That's an agreement that we've had. We can, disagree or agree on that because it is what it is. And of course, some people say, well, if it happened to them, it happened to us. And so I feel like I got to fight for everybody cost, which of course, that's understandable too. If that's your, humanitarian, theme of life, then so be it. But I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, did Naomi Campbell throw a phone at a man assistant or woman assistant? And was this someone who spoke English or somebody who didn't speak English? Was this possibly an immigrant or was this illegal? Or excuse me, yeah, someone who was American born. Like these are things that I kind of I'm questioning because I'm like, girl, I feel like some people pick and choose the rage that they want to have, and like I said, when they just don't like somebody for whatever reason, they just don't like somebody. They'll make up all the excuses. I'm a firm believer in that. When they don't like somebody, they'll make up all the excuses not to like them. I knew it. I don't like them because they dyed their hair pink. I knew it. I don't like them because they're so vocal about how they feel. Or they will misunderstand or misinterpret what is being said and pass it as if, oh, they're being hateful. Like Wendy, honey. Like, people are trying to say Wendy was anti LGBT. And I'm just like, girl, what? And of course, some people tried to find the footages, but they couldn't pull it up. And I'm like, girl, and so I'm like, it'd be a lot with a lot, and I'd be like, that'd be that pick Misha, that low vibrational, and sometimes even trying to challenge you, right? People that like to be in a debate, people that like to be in aggression with you. Like, baby, you're trying to fight the wrong people. You're so intelligent and you're so, strong in your energy. Fight the fight with the people that can actually benefit you if you win the fight. Stop trying to fight with people and things that does not, pertain to you or that is in your energy. Like you liking or disliking them is not going to make or break them. And then the ones that you do dislike or like could make or break you. And of course, I'm using like and dislike very loosely because when I say shit, people feel like I'm talking about it. And I always say, people, you can always reach out to me if you think I'm talking about you because what I say, I stand behind. Who's gonna check me? It is what it is. And so that's it with that, y'all. Let me start my day. And like I said, I will be back again very soon. And we're going to tap in on some tea. Because, like I said, honey, they're trying to get rid of Miss Tyra, girl. They said, girl, we already done used her as much as we can use her. And they trying to get rid of her, honey. And no, they're not trying to go the messy way first. They're trying to go to where all her hard work, Ty Productions and all this good stuff will just be in shambles. They trying to make it to where, honey, girl, this just the beginning of what is to take place, baby. This is just the beginning. We saw this with Auntie Wendy, aka Wendy Williams. And girl, now they're trying to do Tyra because like I said, there's no, these people have seen things, they've heard things, but they're not partying with them. They're not on a boat partying with them. They're not. You're not going to see them at a supermodel after party drinking and smoking and all this stuff. But you can find these other people, like when it comes to Tyra Banks and Naomi Campbell. I'm willing to say that Tyra Banks, you're not going to find video footages or pictures of Tyra hanging out at these industry parties, drugging it up and doing weird ass shit and hanging out with even weird ass people. Even accused PDF files. But now, on the other hand, girl, I'm sure you're going to find videos and pictures and all that good stuff about, Miss Thing, doing, hanging out with certain people and, accused, this, and that, girl. So it is what it is. Okay. Like I said, you like who you like, you dislike who you dislike. But I'm looking at it as, girl, your likes build your character. And that's how I'm leaving with that, y'all. Anyway, bye for now, honey. Urzuli Hearts with the ATM. Oh, I didn't see this. ANTM stuff. These were very young women, mostly fresh 18 years old, who thought the show would help kickstart their careers. They did not sign up to be touched by male models, nor gaslit by Tyra. So a lot of these girls, as you said, were 18 years old who signed up for the show. But let's not downplay the ages if they're idiots. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 17 and a half years old. When I say I moved out at 17 and a half years old, I was still in high school. So I was able to make decisions that were productive for me. And of course, looking back at it, they were not wrong decisions. I'm glad at the decisions I made. So let's not downplay 18-year-olds as being dumb, and not able to make their own decisions. Now, the truth of the matter is, a lot of models, including Tyra Banks, have had stories about going on go sees and certain events. And they've had experiences of being, essayed and touched on, by even some of the agents and people that acted like they were agents. Hell, you had a famous drag queen who acted like he was a agent, and he was convincing younger men that he was a scouter for talent and he was fucking and sucking on these men. So, like I said, let's not downplay that these 18-year woman was just dumb. And they said, oh my God, I want to get on the show and I don't care what happens. I want to get my career taken off. Because the truth of the matter is, Urzuli Hartz, I'm from Stockton, California, and that's not a fashion industry capital. That is not a capital with a larger market. The next fashion, we'll say city to my area would be Sacramento, and then outside of that was San Francisco. I did not have the money or the means to travel to these places, but because I know how to negotiate, because I am smart, I was a smart teenager, okay? I said, how can I get into this industry? And I educated myself, not to mention my mama. See, that's why I be saying, like, people be downplaying people, but in reality, it goes back to the parents. It goes back to the parents. Kanika Jenkins being in that hotel freezer, and it does not connect, but it does, because people keep trying to negate parental control. Kanika Jenkins ended up in that motherfucking freezer because her motherfucking mama didn't give a fuck about her. Now, let's be real here. Yes, the people who did it, they should be charged. They should be held responsible and accountable. And the people who tried to hide it should be. But Teresa Martin needs to be locked up. Mother, her ass needs to be locked up too. I don't give a fuck. She was battling cancer, stage 4 nephroma, necrosis of the liver. Bitch, you should have had your motherfucking daughter in check. Because see, at 19 years old, even at 17 years old, not living in my mama's house, I thought if I got in trouble, my mom was gonna show up and beat my motherfucking ass. I was afraid of my mom. And my mom was not abusive, but she disciplined us. So like I said, going back into this modeling stuff, nobody signs up to be essayed by anybody. Who said that Tyra Banks allowed these people to sexually assault these women? Fuck the code words, Urzuli Hartz. See, that's why I said that people be so brainwashed with social media, because I think Urzuli Hartz, and this is no disrespect to you, I think you were somebody who enjoyed cryptocurrency, and that was like your main trend, because I think you said cryptocurrency gave you dental work and stuff, not knowing that gold and silver does the same thing. And of course, it's even been exposed that cryptocurrency is evil and demonic. So, like I said, we're not going to get into that. But I just had to point this out because when it comes to judging characters and having a sense of knowing the right direction or wrong direction and listening to your heart, because your name is Urzuli Hart and we know exactly who Urzuli is, it really comes down to, hey, so if you're so tapped in and you're so connected with yourself, let's call it out for what it is. Tyra Banks, so you're saying that Tyra Banks allowed these women to be sexually assaulted? Because it's not like you're blaming Tyra for this sexual assault. According to what I looked at, Cayenne or Kania, whoever the fuck the girl's name was, allegedly was done on production. She was assaulted. There was I think three contestants, two of them for sure. That was by male models on the set. And they said that Tyra Banks did nothing to intervene. Tyra Banks did a interview and she said out of her own mouth that was not her territory. If you know about production or anything when it comes to management and stuff, because I don't know if you're employed or not, or Zilly Hearts, and this is not a read, beloved. I'm really, really trying to have a conversation with you. If you know anything about management or how business is ran, there's levels to this. You have supervisors, you have management, you have HR, you have also the back office people, which are considered the corporate people. If you really want to get into, you have district managers, you have all this. Like there's so many people that works in between even the corporate people. Tyra Banks would be considered a corporate worker. when it comes to America's Next Top Model. You had other people like the Grapple, the assistant. You had other people. Look up all the titles on that show that could have handled this. Let alone, why didn't they call the police? Why didn't they call the police? You can come on national TV because you're not ashamed of it. Like I said, allegedly one of them claimed that there was a cheating scandal put out after she was sexually assaulted on the set. Why not call the police? Because it was put out that you were a cheater. Why not get a lawyer and level up and say, hey, they have video documentation, fuck being 18 years old or not, because they're not dumb. Okay. Hey, let's level up. And these people are older than me, by the way. Let's level up and let's figure out how can I get the documentation because I was sexually assaulted on the set and I need my money. See, like I said, I'm gonna continue to say what it is that when people are trying to get the money, a lot of people are sellouts. And when it comes down to you getting the money, because I've had this conversation with a sister, who's in the industry and stuff, right? Who's in the adult industry. I discussed personally. I'm not gonna dislike a bitch who's not paying my bills when there's people that pay my bills that called me nigga, bitch, nigger, tranny, man in a wig, and they paid me. If I was so upset about those words and those terms, I would have cussed their motherfucking ass out. But guess what? I didn't. I allowed them to pay my motherfucking rent. I allowed for them to send me over their motherfucking coin. And so with that being said, I'm going to continue to say is that these people were 18 years old trying to get in the industry and they could have started modeling in their own city. These people could have reached out to production companies and local merchandiser warehouses modeling. Girl, can we talk about it? There's different types of modeling, Urzuli. Okay. Showroom modeling is one of them. Showroom modeling is one of them. Showroom modeling is the easiest type of modeling to get into. And you know what you do as a showroom model? You go to like a bridal shop, you go into like a business that sell clothes and stuff, and you say, hey, I would love to get in on showing off your clothes. Where do you get your clothes from? Hey, if they don't have their own little showroom, they'll tell you, hey, we get our clothes from H&G, who is located in LA. H&G will then, you call them and say, hey, I would like to be a showroom model. What does that mean? Okay, they're going to do fashion shows or they're going to do shows across the world showcasing the clothes or the product that they carry. And you're going to show up there because this is where fashion merchandisers show up to, by the way, to buy the merchandise. Okay, fashion merchandise is another career you can look into, Urzuli Hearts. And so, like I said, this is what these bitches could have did. But no, what it was is that they wanted to be on TV. What it is that they didn't have mama and daddy's proper guidance to tell them the do's and the motherfucking don'ts. What it was is that girl, they got up on this motherfucking set, and I'm pretty sure, no means no, but I'm pretty sure there's more to the story. And what I don't do, Urzuli, I don't fight over he say, she say. I wasn't there to witness it. I wasn't there to see it. I know what was being presented. I know what both accused parties alleged. One girl said that she was sexually assaulted and it came out as a cheating scandal, which I don't remember that. And the other one said that that's not her territory. That was Tyra Banks. It's not her territory. So with that being said, if that's called gaslighting, because I could have sworn gaslighting was that that something is not right and people are like, no, everything is fine. No, you're good. No. I could have sworn that's what gaslighting was. Or that this person is fucking trolling you or they're being fucked up and they're like, oh no, I'm not being fucked up at all, baby. I love you. I need you. So, like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not going to fight for he say, she say. What I am going to say is take it to the court. Tyra Banks has been a rich bitch. All these hoes that are alleging that Tyra Banks was a part of this, why didn't y'all sue? Why didn't y'all sue? Y'all were kicked off the show anyway. Why didn't y'all sue? Honey, you know why? Because like a lot of people, girl, you were getting paid. You were hoping that things are going to work out. You were hoping to get some type of money. And now you realize that the money ain't coming, that the check ain't coming. Now you realize you ain't getting a fuck ass royalty check. You realize that these shows are the episodes are airing on the TV show, and you're not gonna get a fucking check from those royalty checks. Now you want to come out and say, "Oh, y'all, she's just such a bad person. Oh my God, she's just so fucked up. You know what she did to me? She allowed this to happen and that to happen. Girl, call the police." And that'd be another thing too, girl. If there's a problem, we're gonna solve this problem, 18 years old or not. You know that there are 11-year-olds that call the police when the parents whoop their ass? Urzuli Hearts. You know that there are 11-year-olds and even 9-year-olds that call the police when their parents whoop their ass or their parents leave them in the house with no food. So you mean to tell me an 18-year-old girl who got on a reality show was essayed on a set, and instead of her calling the popos and hey, I want to get off this show, fuck Ken Mark, fuck Tyra, I'm out of here. Because like I said, you're not gonna make me stay. I don't give a fuck. Urzuli, I needed money in the past. I needed money bad. Girl, I was not gonna commit a crime and go to fucking jail for that money. And I sure the fuck wasn't gonna do no shit I didn't want to do for that motherfucking money. Politely and very whitely, I got the fuck up out of there. So with that being said, what we're not gonna do, and we're not gonna like settle for, is excuse people for their ignorance. What we're not gonna do is we're not gonna excuse people for their greed, because they said that the seven deadly sins is greed, and greed, unfortunately, is what fucks people up. A lot of people be greedy, girl. They want that money. They want that money, honey. They're willing to be peed on, shitted on, disrespected for the money. And when the money stops or the money dry up, now they want to play victim. Now they want to play victim. Can we do a documentary on the man that Cardi B sexually assaulted allegedly, because that's what she said, for motherfucking money? Can we do a documentary on that? Huh? And I want to see you enrage, Urzuli Hearts, that a woman was drugging men, somebody's daddy, somebody's brother, somebody's grandpa, for some motherfucking money. Like, would you be there too? Huh? If they do a documentary on Naomi Campbell throwing phones at people and calling people out their name and shit and all this other good shit, girl, are you gonna be there too? Because it sounds like y'all just want a problem with Tyra Banks, and that's what I was saying yesterday. Good people always get the short end of the motherfucking stick. I don't know what Tyra Banks does behind the scenes, but I do feel like what you are on the inside always comes out on the outside, bitch. And with that being motherfucking said, bitch, look at her. Look at her. Now, we're not talking about face features, girl. We're talking about look at that skin. So respectfully, girl, if these contestants are really victims, where the police reports at? Where the police reports at, girl? You have 14-year-olds doing police reports and shit. Where's the 18-year-old police report? Honey, what? The fuck out of here. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Urzuli. That's all I'm saying. They took the girl's phone, which is a shandy. No, no, no. But they could take your phone, but you leave. You leave. They didn't lock you down in a building, Urzuli. Yeah, they take your phones because they don't want you leaking any information, but you don't stay there. You leave. You leave, babe. You don't sit there, though, whether you have a phone or not. And they didn't force you to stay in this building. They didn't force you to stay, babe. You could have got the fuck up out of there. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? So you're going to say they took the girls' phones and they locked them down. Like, girl, this is not surreal life. This was not the Big Brother house. Like, they could have got the fuck up out of there. But like I said, looking in the past, people are going to always make excuses. And people are going to say, oh, yeah, they're right. They didn't have no phones. Poor them. That's not what I see it as. I see it as stupid-ass people that won stupid-ass prizes or didn't win stupid-ass prizes. And now they want to come out because they've gotten word from people. And people said, hey, I heard that you were on the reality show, America's Next Top Model. And I heard that some things happened and it wasn't so good. Would you like to come out and talk about it? And they jumped on it. But where's Takara Jones' story? Where's Eva Marcel's story? Hello? There is one girl that claimed that she won. I think it's Joanna. If it's not Joanna, it's Adrian. That they won the show and they were upset because they did not get the rewards that they were alleged they were going to be getting. But why are none of the winners coming out and saying that they were sexually assaulted? Why are none of the winners coming out and saying that they had a bad experience with Tyra and Tyra got in their face and Tyra did this and did that and I will never go back on the show and fuck you, Tyra? Where's that at? Because Tyra's not, listen, Tyra's not at the top of the industry right now. So why would these women not have the story? Why is the losers? Why does the losers have a motherfucking story? Why does the losers, the ones that probably made it to the motherfucking second or third episode, got a motherfucking story? And I was like, saying, girl, y'all be too gullible. Y'all believe stupid ass shit because maybe that's all y'all understand. I don't know. That ain't my business. That ain't my business, respectfully. All I'm saying is, baby, is that girl, Miss Thing could have got the fuck up out of there and she didn't. She could have said, I want the fuck up out of here, and she could have got the fuck up out of there. And what she really could have did, they weren't gonna let her out that way. Mama could have got on every time that cameras turned on and said, I don't like y'all. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck girl. Come on now. Like I said, go play in somebody else's face, bitch. You can't play with me, girl, because I'm not driven off emotion. Ow. Hello. I'm not driven off emotion, girl. You can't fool me, girl. You can't fool me, Miss Thing. Where's the police reports? Even when you were able to get your phone back. Is there any police reports? Is there any police reports? See, I'm going to tell you why a lot of people don't do police reports either. Now, they're going to sit there and say, well, maybe. No, you don't do police reports because somebody is going to get arrested. And when they get arrested, they're going to have to go to court for this crime. And what's going to happen is people who were witnesses are going to be subpoenaed to show up. And the witnesses are going to be able to say, no, all day what I saw, because of course they cannot intermingle with each other because the courts do not let you know that you each have been subpoenaed. So what they're going to do is they're going to call you in one by one and they're going to ask you all. So on the day of blah, 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 blah said blah, blah, blah happened. What do you remember happening that day? And they may not even give you an outline of what happened. They're just going to say on January 15, 2006, what exactly happened while you were filming ANTA? And the person's going to say, well, I remember we were all having fun and blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, now you tell me that story. Well, Shania said that, no. And what do you remember Shania? Do you remember who Shania Hill is? Yes, I do. What do you remember about Shania that day? Well, I remember that Shania was in the corner and she was in a corner with a male model. And it appeared that they were being very flirtatious. And she was like licking her finger and shit and, opening her legs and closing her legs. And she was playing like some little duck thing. Oh, yeah. And then all of a sudden she'd go missing and then the guy go missing. And then out of the blue, the guy just started touching her and she's going crazy, like, oh, don't touch me, blah, blah, blah. But the lady only started doing it when the camera was rolling. When the camera wasn't rolling, she didn't say shit. Her and this guy, we're going to call him David, was playing. Oh, hey, babe. Licking the fingers and shit. And, oh, you hot. Me too. Oh, you're sexy. I love your bod. Ooh, ow, Faga. Yeah, uh-huh. And then when the camera started rolling, David kept going. She didn't want to go no more. And see, that's why Miss Thing didn't call the motherfucking police. Now, baby, Lexi, you can play with somebody else. Don't play with me. That's why there's no police report about it. There's a police report about it because of that. Hoes didn't call the popo because they would have called the popo on anything else. If Tyra Banks would have came in and Molly whopped her motherfucking ass, she would have called the police. Hello? If Tyra Banks would have came in and Molly whopped her motherfucking ass, or any of those cadets would have Molly whopped her, she would have called the motherfucking police. The fuck? Mix it with the bullshit. Respectfully. Okay. That makes you now, since the NDAs are up, which is why they're... Oh, don't retract that message, Urzuli. Don't retract it. I want to see it. They're able to run their mouths in interviews out. Well, they're able to run their mouth now with the NDAs because the NDAs are basically saying that you're not allowed to talk about production. I don't know if you've ever been on a reality show, Urzuli. I don't know if you've ever been in, a top secret production and you have to sign an NDA, but that's for you, that's for them saying you cannot discuss anything that's happened in production. But what you can also look up, and it's also a clause in every NDA, and even if you go to an attorney, they would tell you this. If you are put in harm's way during this experience, the NDA is annulled. It is not valid anymore. An NDA is to keep confidentiality, but it does not say while we're in here, I'm going to be able to fondle you anytime I fondle you. I'm going to be able to slap you around and I'm going to be able to stab you too. You can't do nothing about it. That's not what an NDA is, baby. An NDA is, I'm not going to sit here and talk about your personal information. I'm not going to sit here and tell the world how you told me that you've touched on other people. But if you touched on me, bitch, like I said, I could come public with it and I could sue your motherfucking ass. So like I said, they're going to possibly sue now. If anything, with an experience, because now it's got, like I said, they're trying to take Tyra out. They're trying to take Tyra out. And I love Tyra, girl, but I'm not a fanatic of Tyra. I'm not a fanatic of anybody, girl, because the only person I trust is the Holy Spirit. Oh, see, that's you don't understand. The only person I trust 100% is the Holy Spirit. Everybody else, you're at 75 or 65. So when you start doing shit to betray me, now it goes down to motherfucking 30 or 40. And if you're lucky, it might even go down to 25. And when you go below 25, bitch, I ain't fuck with you no more. Hello. Can we talk about it? And so, like I said, that's what's going on. They might sue now because now they got other people to have concocted story when they got people behind the scenes that can say, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and help you speak about it too, blah, blah, blah. But where's the evidence? Where's the evidence at? Evidence is not just hearsay. That's not enough evidence, babe. Hearsay. I heard. I heard. What is the evidence? You need evidence. Where's the police reports of Tyra, of you being essayed on this? Where's the notes of you emailing Tyra and saying, Tyra, I was essayed on your set right in front of you, and Tyra said, it's not my business. Where are the fucking emails, babe? Because we know people like to lie. Where's the emails? You gonna sit there and tell me that Tyra Banks was sitting there watching this shit happen, and she said, "Oh, baby, it's okay. You'll get over it." Where's the proof at, bitch? Because at this point, I'm ready to cuss out Kanaya. At this point, I'm ready to call a bitch and let him have it. At this point, I'm ready to send a DM on IG to Shanique. Well, let me see who the fuck these people are. Hold on. I'm ready to send them a motherfucking DM. That's what I'm ready to do. Hold on. Let's pull this up. I'm ready to send Shandy. I'm ready to send Shandy a motherfucking email from Cycle 2. I'm ready to send Kenya from Cycle 4 a DM. Okay. And say, so what's really going on here? What is it about Tyra you really don't like, bitch? Because it's deeper than girl. Cycle 2 and Cycle 4, girl, you know how many years ago that is? You didn't call the sexual assault hotline at 1-800-656-HOPE or go to RAIINN.org, which is a news site. Like, girl. So they are alleging that Kenya Hill said that she was, excuse me, but Tyra Banks did apologize. See, you talk about gaslighting, Erzuli. See, Erzuli, I think I need you to change your name. I think I need you to change your name because, baby, that heart is not Erzuli. Ow! That heart is not Erzuli, bitch, with respect. I need you to change that motherfucking name, bitch, because right here, right now, you're making a fool of Erzuli. What I need you to understand is that Tyra Banks apologized for not protecting contestant Kenya Hill, who previously opened about experiencing sexual assault from male model set, which was filmed initially dismissed by production. It does not say Tyra Banks. You hoes just be mad. You motherfucker hoes just be mad. See, I be another too. I be feeling like Tyra's a part of my tribe. Because you hoes just hate Tyra to hate Tyra, just like hoes just hate me to hate me. If I don't say shit, they think something happened. If I say shit, oh, I got hurt by what you said. Oh, I got to finish this, girl. Fuck you. So what you did and what you said, I have to dismiss it. What you doing, what you say to hurt my feelings too, but I got to get over it because you didn't do it intentionally. But when I said to oh, girl, it was hurt. Oh, because you come across a little strong. No, bitch, I come across secured. And hoes can't take that. I come across secured, bitch, and hoes can't take it. I don't come across timid. I don't come across scared. I don't come across, oh my God. No, bitch, I stand on what I stand on. And that's what hoes can't take. They like you to be weak, fragile, and timid. So when you're weak, fragile, and timid, oh, she's vulnerable. I can relate to that. Girl, fuck you and her. And I mean that. That's my new motion. Fuck you and fuck her too. So Tyra apologized to Kenya Hill after this and clearly had nothing to do with Tyra. Did she say, Tyra, watch this? Tyra allowed this? What's going on? And then it says that Shandy Sullivan in Cycle 2 says that, and she went and tell the Inside America's Next Top Model, which, by the way, let's ask this. What year was Cycle 2 of America's Next Top Model filmed? Ooh, it says Cycle. What cycle of America's Next Top Model 2? Oh, wait, hold on. What year was Cycle 2 of America's Next Top Model filmed? Girl, I can't stand fucking Google. I can't stand fucking 2003. Girl, when does a NDA expire? I could sworn it was 10 years. It actually says 1 to 5 years. It says that it can, okay, right here. So, Urzuli Hearts, it said that an NDA it typically lasts from 1 to 5 years, and it can arrange from a few months to indefinite periods for trade secrets. So that means, once again, you cannot expose. We were filming on America's Next Top Model, and the scene where they had y'all thinking that we were floating in thin air, they literally had us in a indoor studio in off of Wilshire Boulevard, blah 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 blah. That's what they cannot disclose. This was in 2000 and motherfucking three. Shandy could have spoke about this in 2000 and motherfucking eight, and she could have fucking sued. Girl, she waited until almost 20 years fucking later. And you're gonna tell me that Miss Shandy is about to sue? Get the fuck out of here. Urzuli, respectfully, get the fuck up out of here, baby. I love you, baby. Get the fuck up out of here, though, bitch, because that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit, girl. And you know it's some bullshit. You know it's some fucking bullshit, girl. And it said for the industry, it's 1 to 3 years. Hello. That's what I'm saying. Like, girl, miss me on a bullshit. Miss me on a bullshit right here. Girl, Shandy is a fool. I'm not victim shaming, but Shandy's a fucking fool, girl. You wait till, once again, maybe it's a check being paid. I don't know. Maybe somebody got paid. Did she get paid? Are they getting paid? Let me see right now. See, hello. See, that's what we talking about right there, too. Did they get paid, honey? Let me see. Let me see, honey. Did the participants of Reality Check America's Next Top Model get paid? It says that oh, it's not okay, it's not talking about it. Okay, well they said they received, oh see, you know what I mean right there. They received $38 to $40 each day they were on America's Next Top Model. But we talking about the reality check. Did they get it instead of who appeared to document to discuss their expenses were not paid. Also, as reported by season one winner Adrian Rowe. So they were not paid. It said they were also not paid allegedly because Adrian Curry Rhodey said they were not paid. So once again, this is a smear campaign. It is what it is. But like I said, this is why I mind my business. This is why I, stay to myself. I don't really speak too much because, of course, you the villain, you the problem. And I'm just like, but the ones who be the real villains be like the Captain Savers. Like, ooh, she's such a nice person. I love her. She speaks. And I'm just like, that just show you how trauma based and trauma bonded the real world is and how delusional they are. And of course, people going to say, well, you're delusional too because you were born a male and you think you're a fucking woman. No, that's not delusional, babe, because I know what I am and I know what I'm not. And baby, the men who deal with me know what the fuck I am too, clearly. And so, girl, no, delusional is, girl, you know somebody is fucked up. Yeah, but they look nice to me. They come across so sweet and they come across so nice. Well, Ted Bundy came across sweet and nice too. You know that, right? You know Jeffrey Dahmer came across sweet and nice too. Hello? I just want to point that out. Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy, and Charles Manson, they came across as sweet people too. See, it's the ones who be sneaky and quiet you gotta watch, not the ones that come out telling you what the fuck is going on. It's the ones that be like, "Hi, y'all, how you doing? Well, I just want to tell y'all that no, girl, what's your background, bitch? What the fuck is your background, girl? You became a spiritualist at the age of 50 in 2020 when the pandemic hit. What's your background, bitch? What's your fucking background? Bitch, fuck the dumb shit, girl. You have insight and ideas on shit. Why are you a single mama with all this power? The fuck out of here, girl. Messing with the bullshit. But like I said, they play on people. They play on people's emotions. And hopefully Urzuli Hearts, you get that worked out. Like I said, you and I, we don't have any personal beefs together. But like I said, don't play in my face, babe. Don't play on my face, baby. We know what it is. We know what it's not. 18 years old, go on a reality show, which they clearly have to sign up for and have a contract for. At 18 years old, bitch, you know the real still read shit. Fuck you going on a show hoping to further their career. You could have furthered your career, motherfucker. Matter of fact, hold on. Hold on something. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Hold on. Hold on. Give me one moment. I'm gonna look this up before I say what I'm gonna say. Where is Shandy Sullivan from Psycho to America's Next Top Model from? Oh, that's not what I said. Where is Shandy Sullivan from? So she's from Kansas City, Missouri. So the weirdest thing about it, even in 2001, Kansas City, Missouri had a modeling industry or had a modeling. They have their little thing going on in Kansas City, Missouri. I remember even, and this was like 2001. So she got on this show in 2003, 2 years after this. And this is a white woman, by the way. Shandy Sullivan is a white woman. This is not a black woman. This is not an Asian woman. This is not a Hispanic woman. This is a white woman. So they definitely had a market for her. And this is a woman that looks good with blonde hair. So you're going to sit here and tell me that Miss Thing could not further her career in Kansas City, Missouri? Let's talk about this. Kansas City. Hold on. And you can look this up for yourself. So it actually said that Kansas City, Missouri had several agencies and talent management. And see, that's how I be thinking too, girl. If you don't cut, I mean, if you don't have the real talent for it, you don't have the real talent for it, girl. Let's not blame people for your fucking failures. And that'd be another thing too, girl. Like, just say you're not competent or confident in your position. Girl, just say it. Just say, I didn't cut it in Kansas City, Missouri. I wanted to get on TV to be seen and not motherfucking heard. And that's what I wanted to motherfucking do. Now, of course, like I said, we're not victim shaming here, but we're gonna break this down because, girl, it doesn't make sense. I see if you was some like just tiny ass Twin Falls, Idaho, or something. You know, a fucking country bumpkin ass city with nothing, girl. Kansas City, Missouri, I know for sure had a model agency because there's one of them over there that I submitted my shit into in 2000 motherfucking two. Can we talk about it? And they say they are not looking for anybody black at that time. Hello! The fuck up out of here, girl. And it says right here that Kansas City, it said that they had a lot of, they said the American Artist Agency was founded in Kansas City in 1990, specialized in print catalog, high fashion runway, and television show. Earlier in the mid 80s, industry figures like La Petra had already consolidated local agencies, including the Monza Agency and Nancy Bounds Modeling Agency. These are Kentucky branches, or excuse me, Kansas, I'm saying Kentucky, Kansas City branches. What I need you to understand is they also had filming in Kansas City in the 90s and early 2000s. Miss Shandy Sullivan could have built her motherfucking career over there. And let me tell you about this as well. Hollywood has some scandalous ass shit that come out in 1990s, which was before 2000 motherfucking three. So as an 18-year-old, you goddamn motherfucking right, I hit it. Can we talk about it? So you're gonna sit here and think that I'm gonna oh wait, excuse me. No, that's really what it is. Oh my God, that's what it is. It's white woman versus black woman. That's what it is. Oh, this mean black bitch had these white prissy girls doing fuck the bad shit on reality shows. Poor them. Cause y'all don't care about the Danielles and stuff. Y'all not outraged about Danielles and them getting their Gap and shit closed out. Y'all outraged because Adrian Curry Rhodey did get her motherfucking award or rewards. You're upset that motherfucking Kansas City Shandy Sullivan to get a fuck that shit because these are white women that were abused allegedly on a set of an Asian man, aka Ken Mock, and a black woman, aka Tyra Banks. And that's why y'all really upset. Now we got the picture. Now we got the picture. That's what it is. It's not what happened. It's how it was happened and who was so-called the stewardess over that shit. Now that's what we talking about, Miss Thing. See, Early, see, messing with the bullshitters early. I don't know, Rachel. Like I said, we never had an on-camera session. I've never seen you outside of you chatting in my room. And I'm just like, girl, don't play in my face. Don't play in my face, babe. One thing about me is I'm very knowledgeable in certain things, and I only speak about things that I'm aware of. I only speak about things I'm conscious of. You can play those games because maybe you don't have experience, you don't have the knowledge of how the industry works. So you could assume and you could say, oh well, poor Shandy went on there as an 18-year-old girl, was hoping to become a model, and blah 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 happened. But once again, you're making it seem like it was Tyra Banks' fault and all these people's fault when she was 18 years old being sexually assaulted by another grown person. Shandy should have handled that. This was not a 15-year-old girl being sexually assaulted by a 19-year-old boy and she didn't know what to do. This was a grown-ass woman in the company of other grown-ass people, and mama could have said, no, say bop, bop, top. She could have called police. She could have did whatever the fuck she needed to do. So we're not going to excuse the fact that she did not do what she needed to do. Once again, we're not going to condone, the sexual assault that she experienced on that show. But like I said, what we're also not going to do is play like, oh, well, she didn't know what to do at the time because she was only 18 years old. She didn't know what to do because she was only 18 years old. No, you guys are outraged, like I said, because she was a white girl on a black woman's show and she was handled the way she was handled by a black woman and some Asian man. That's it. Y'all were not this outraged when other people came out and said they were assaulted by Harvey Weinstein and shit. Y'all were not this fucking outraged. Okay? But all of a sudden, it's a black woman who's successful, who don't got no motherfucking criminal record, who don't got no motherfucking history of people come out and saying that she threw phones at them, that she beat their ass, they were her sister, she did some that. Now y'all want to come for her. Now you have people on the show who were colleagues of her and said she was really nasty to me. But what did you do? Because you give me attitude. All those hoes give me attitude. Jay Manuel give me a prissy ass queen. Miss J, now she gave me some nice tea. Janet Dixon was a rude ass bitch. Look at her, she's very problematic. So girl, what really happened on the show? You're not gonna have me to say, oh, it was Tyra. Tyra was so cruel to these people. She had a bitch fit. Like, girl, what did you do, girl? Because we know how you queens be getting, Miss J Manuel. We know how you queens be getting attitudes and shit. And oh my God, this bitch want me to redo it. Yeah, girl, fuck what you said to her. What was your conversation under your breath about Tyra? Hello? What's the real conversations? And then on top of that, she's a human having a human fucking experience. And then the same thing about her not showing up for Miss J. That's not his friend. I wish I would have worked with somebody and we don't work together no more and something happened to them and people call me and blow me up and say, why didn't you go see them? I didn't know I had to. I'm not obligated to go see a colleague, bitch. And that's why I be saying, yo, y'all be bullying people for the wrong motherfucking reasons. And that's bullying to me. Y'all bullying people to be a way that they're not, or being a way that has nothing to do with you. Tyra Banks not going to go see Miss J does not hurt him or would not help him. Even if she went to go see him, it's not going to help him. They were not fucking friends, bitch. Just like y'all did with Kylie Jenner not paying for her makeup artist's medical bills. And she's so fucked up. No, she's not. Bitch, y'all tip and fucking pay for his medical bills, damn. You're so upset about it. You pitch in. The fuck? Bitch, you got so upset about Shandy having an experience over 20 years ago, then y'all reach out to Shandy and y'all help her get a medical claim on the male contestant that sexually assaulted her. But instead, y'all want to blame Tyra Banks because she's a black woman. Blame the black woman. Blame the black woman. It's the black woman's fault. So now I see why the black woman and the trannies are fighting, because it's the black woman's fault and it's the trannies' fault. And so what they're going to do, they all going to be fighting each other. So you all want the black woman and the transgenders to fight each other because y'all blame black women for everything. Y'all blame trannies for everything. It's the trannies' fault. It's the black woman's fault. Blame it on them all, right? Black people, black women, trannies. Blame, blame, blame. Oh, it's Tyra Banks' fault that she was being sexually assaulted. Oh, it's Tyra Banks' fault that these models had to go and upgrade their look. Oh, it's Tyra Banks' fault. Like she told these bitches to get on that fucking show, girl. Get out my face. Get out my fucking face, girl. Y'all about to piss me off, girl. I don't play with stupid ass people. I don't play with stupidity. Honey, y'all made it seem like Tyra Banks told these girls, you gotta stay on this show. You either cut your hair or we take you out. Bitch, she said, girl, to be on this show, you gotta keep up with the competition. The competition is gonna get cutthroat every week. This is what she said on the show. Go back and look. Bitch, they could have said, you know what? I don't want to cut my hair. You know what? I have alopecia. I don't want to take off my wig. You know what? I don't want to lose weight. Oh, you know what? I don't want to get my gap closed. They could have said this. But they said they motherfucking nasty ass on a motherfucking show, got their motherfucking rewards or whatever they didn't get. And all of a sudden, I was so upset because she made me cut my hair. I was so upset. And then you got these dumb ass hoes, these pick me ass bitches on the side. Like, yeah, I didn't like her for that. I didn't like how she made this girl close her gap. I didn't like how this girl, I didn't like, and it's just like, girl, but are you like a high paid model? Like, girl, are you a fucking model or something, girl? Are you a high contract fucking model? The fuck? I want to see you go to a fucking Go See and see what they're going to tell you. And that'd be another thing, too. I would love to see you hoes go to a modeling Go See, and I would love to see what they're going to tell you. A lot of you hosts, and that'd be another thing, too, girl. Just say you're a weak ass damsel in distress when it comes to real shit. Just say you hate real life. Just say you like push over, kiss ass people. Just say that. Just say you can't handle the real world. Just say you can't handle people telling you that you look sloppy. Just say you can't handle people telling you that you're clockable. Just say you can't handle people telling you that you need to tighten up a little bit. You need to get your finances together. Just say that. Instead, oh my God, these people are so mean. Oh, I just don't like, they could have did it another way. Oh, she could have let them. But it's her show. It's not your show. Maybe you need to start your own fucking modeling show, decide how you want to run your fucking show. And then people can tell you how to run your motherfucking show. Hello? This was a supermodel that started her own fucking production company. This was a fucking black supermodel that graced the cover of magazine covers that black people were not fucking covering, bitch. And you're gonna sit here in her motherfucking face and say she don't know what she's talking about. And that'd be another thing too, girl, and I'm gonna go, because of course I'm not upset, I'm very passionate though. You gonna sit here and play in my motherfucking face and make it seem like you have a good taste. So you would have accepted these hoes, these rabbit-faced ass hoes, being in the industry that they were in, even though they had prettier girls that were, I mean, girl, it's the competition, babe. You had bitch that didn't have a gap tooth, that girl that was up there, girl. Listen, I'm looking at now where I'm like, girl, let me see y'all husbands. Let me see y'all baby daddies. Let me see the men that y'all let dick you down or y'all suck on their dick. Because at this point, I'm like, you know what? Ooh, excuse me. Shanae ain't coming out, honey. Excuse me. Shanae ain't coming out. Shanae ain't coming out. Let me see. Let me see. What is the type that y'all like? Because that's what I be saying too. Everybody is experts with no motherfucking experience. Everybody's a psychologist and everyone's to school for psychology. Everybody's a makeup artist but don't even know how to color match. Everybody is a beauty expert except for when it comes to themselves and their own reality. See, that's the shit that I be talking about. What they say, you see yourself from left to right, everybody see from your right to your left. Girl, I just think that some people just have selective hearing. They have selective thinking. They have selective vision. And so they see what they want to see. And like I said before, they will excuse the Naomi Campbells for the physical assault. They will excuse the Cardi B's for the physical, spiritual, mental, and sexual assaults. But they won't excuse the people that come out and say, I have to do what I gotta do to make sure I get what I need to get to. They won't excuse that. They won't excuse the people that have helped a lot of people. And the people that have helped are very successful, by the way. The winners of American Next Top Model, except for Adrian, because we don't know what the fuck. I mean, I personally think something's wrong with the bitch. But that ain't my business, girl. Hello, she was not one of my favorites at all, girl. Hello, she always gave me some type of weird shit. Adrian Curry. But either way, these other winners, girl, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are on their resumes? How are they making it? Like, these are the questions that I'm asking. Also, in the personal life, are there any people coming out and saying that Tyra Banks slapped them? Oh, Tyra Banks outside a production company called me a whore. And she called my baby daddy. Is there any scandal stories about Tyra Banks sleeping with somebody else's husband? Is there any scandal stories about Tyra Banks child abusing a child? Abusing a child? Is there any stories about Tyra Banks negotiating funds or what they say, misuse of funds with agencies and shit? Is there any stories of Tyra Banks going to Asia or Africa and open up an all-girls school and trafficking these people? Like, this is the questions I want to ask. But instead, y'all got grown-ass people that got on a show that they wanted to be on, who could have got off the show, but did not want to get off the show. And then after the show is over, 20 years later, they want to come out and say, I had issues while on the show. Why didn't you do the interview in 2008, 2005? Why didn't you call the Popos, girl? Because now you're looking fake, you're looking fraud, you're looking phony. And you look like I said, they're coming after Tyra. They're coming after Tyra. Tyra been in the industry for such a long time. Mama's 50-something years old. If she's not 50-something, she's approaching 50-something. And they want her out. So she's entitled to some royalties. She's entitled to some Victoria's Secret funds. She's entitled for some Sports Illustrated tea. She's entitled to some tie production tees. And y'all don't want her to have it. So like I said, and now y'all outraged because these are white women that were done over by a black girl, allegedly. That's what it is, girl. If it was an all-black show, girl, y'all would not be outraged about it, girl. We done seen worse shit on Love and Hip Hop. We done seen worse shit happen on Love and Hip Hop and all these other black shows, and nobody's outraged about that. Nobody's protesting that. But when little old Shandy Sullivan from Kansas City, Missouri, and little old Kenya Hill, and also Adrian Curry Road, whatever the fuck her name is now, who was trying to marry the Brady Bunch guy. I don't know if she really did or not. But girl, now all of a sudden these white women come out and speak about it. Oh my God, poor Tyra. Tyra's a gaslighter. Fuck her. Tyra's so cruel. Fuck her. And girl, you know what's crazy too? And I'm really going to be done. Is a lot of y'all mama and daddy did worse things to y'all than Tyra did to these people. And y'all still love them. A lot of y'all mama, daddy, sister, auntie, uncle, brother, cousin, nephew, niece, and neighbor has done worse to you than Tyra did to these girls or alleged to do to her, and y'all still fuck with them. You know why? Because y'all have selective outrage. And that's my issue with you people. So that's it. We're messy. Right. Come on in here, Zuli Hearts. No knowledge in the industry. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Erzuli. Respectfully. I'm glad that we can have this, passionate, conversation. I wish I could invite Trevor so we could talk audio-wise. Because, baby, I'm telling you right now, they were all messy, and that's why it became a show. We know that messy shows are the ones that survive. We know this. We all watch these shows, girl. And that's something too. People are, oh my God, it was so fucked up what happened to these people on the show. But guess what? The show was still in production for almost 20 years. It was still being produced. Girl, they even had other Americans. They had Australian Top Model. They had girl. It became a branch on top of a branch. And that's what y'all not understanding. So for me, it's like, no, it is selective outrage. And like I said, if you dislike anybody, like I'm that person, girl, I don't fuck with anybody that mistreat me. My mama, daddy, sister. So if somebody mistreated somebody, I would have a right to be like, fuck that. I know people that still fuck with their family, that still call them, that are transgender, that still call them their boy name, still call them mijo, this and that. They still fuck with them. Girl, you're blocked. I've been living as a woman for almost 20 motherfucking years. Bitch, I am not gonna allow, if my mother does not call me her son, or she doesn't call me he, and I came from her, you're not gonna have that right to sit in my motherfucking face and play with me. I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you, bitch. You're blocked. I'm blocking your number. I'm blocking your social media, and I've done it. There's people that I know that I'm cool with, girl, that I was cool with, and I block their asses. Cousins, aunties, uncles, sister-in-laws. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You're not gonna disrespect me. You're not gonna do it. And so, like I said, I would have right to be like, girl, I don't fuck with Tyra because Tyra disrespect people. But like I said, you want those people that let people disrespect you and you still fucking with them? I don't give a fuck if they knew you before your transition, if they wiped your ass when you were a baby, because that's one of my cousins say, girl, I used to change your diaper. So respectfully, I'm going to call you here every now and then. No, respectfully, nigga bitch. Because you're a very aggressive woman. That's why I call her nigga bitch. I don't call people nigga bitch because they black and woman. I call her nigga bitch because, girl, she's aggressive like a motherfucking man. I think she might be a lesbian, but that ain't my business. But, girl, I don't give a fuck about you changing my motherfucking diaper, girl. This is what it is. And if you don't see it from me, girl, bye. The fuck out of here. Bye. I don't have to have you around me, girl. Life is big. It's beautiful. And that'd be another thing too, girl. We be holding on to people and things that does not serve us, and then we wonder why our life is not going too well. Because you're holding on to people that does not serve you, that you don't need to be around, that you don't have to deal with. And that's that. Okay. I'm on it's early. What is this? What is this, honey? Oh, let's see. What does it say? It says potential inappropriate. Uh-oh. Block these nuts, secretary. Okay. No, we ain't blocking nothing. We ain't blocking nothing. No, these women who were on the show, my feelings could never be hurt over this. This was a key fun conversation while I cooked this. I know that's right, honey. All I'm saying is, and secretary, if I knew you in real life, you would be blocked. Yeah, if I knew you in real life, maybe you would get blocked too. Matter of fact, last night I just blocked 2 people, and I just threatened today to block 2 more people in my real life. Yeah, honey. I was like, girl, it's been like 5 years since you hear from certain people. Then all of a sudden they want to, hey, how you doing, cousin? How you been? Where you from? Oh, I want to go down here. Oh, really? I want to go to Disneyland, honey. So I'm be passing through, and I was hoping to come and see you. Oh, no, babe. I'm too busy. Oh, you too busy for me, cousin? I thought we were cool. No, I'm busy, babe. You've been busy for 5 years. I'm busy now. And the one I'm like, I hope your Facebook post was not about me, because if it was, I'm really, really hurt by this. And I'm like, but if I mattered to you, why not check on me? Because, bitch, what it is that y'all be trying to get my business. And I think that's weird as fuck, y'all. I don't care what nobody says. I think it's weird when people be lurking to see what you're doing. And friends be doing this shit too. That's how I be like, girl, it be on some weird shit, girl. No shade. I think it's weird when family and or friends try to stalk you. Meaning that they go to everything that you're at to see what you're doing, and they lurk. They don't let you know that they're there. They don't let you know that they're watching. They don't let you know that they're in the vicinity. And they'll be like, hey, I think I saw... No, bitch, you knew that was me. Ain't nobody looking like me, girl. Ain't nobody look like me, girl. You knew that was me. And you come then to say, is this bitch here? Is this bitch doing? So it's like, that's weird to me. You're lurking my Facebook page. You're lurking my shit. And it's like, I was hurt by what you said. I was going to send you a DM, and then I went on IG or Facebook. And it's like, I have not posted on Facebook since October. So miraculously, the day I post what I post and say I don't fuck with 98% of y'all because y'all fake and phony, now all of a sudden I said something that offended you. Like, girl, no, you're weird. Girl, you're weird. Instead of you texting and calling, you went to go see, oh, what's going on in this bitch's life? Because you're used to me posting my shit online. I don't do that, babe. Just like other people. Girl, they be trying to, girl, I don't see the bitch. Let me call and keep tabs. That's not going to happen, babe. We're not going to give you a rundown. Honey, hi, how you doing? I'm good. Oh, that's great. Okay, good. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, well, God bless. I got to go. That's it, girl. I'm not giving a rundown somehow. Girl, because, hoes be contemplating that downfall, girl. They be sitting in there, just be thinking, oh, this bitch thinks she the shit. Oh, this bitch. Oh, my God, this bitch. Oh, this bitch act like she is so busy that she can't even call me back. Oh, and it's like, girl, what if I don't want to call you back? Maybe I need to just start saying that loud. Like, I see that you call, but I don't want to call back. That's it. Hey, I only want to talk for a couple of minutes today because I don't want to deal with nobody today. Bingo. Maybe that's what I need to start doing. I need to just start being upfront and just direct, honey. Hello! Bitch, I knew that you be going and look for where I'm at, and I intentionally don't go there. I don't post on Facebook because I know you're there lurking. I don't go to IG because I know you're there lurking. I don't go to your mama's house because I know you're there lurking. I don't go anywhere I know you be at because I know you be lurking to see what the fuck I got going on. Sometimes I like to be able to leave away from the people I know and have dialogue. Sometimes I want to vent to people about people. But you're in the same space I'm in. I can't do that. The fuck? And before you know it, now personal shit is getting out. That'd be another thing too. Girl, we hanging in the same places, and now eventually something is gonna leak out because we're gonna slip up and say shit. They're gonna say, oh, so they just went to Disneyland. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. So she doesn't knock out the other day because she went clubbing. Like, bingo. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, hell no. Like I said, that just be weird to me, girl. I don't like people keeping tabs on me, honey. I'm grown. Girl, ask the spirit what I'm doing, and that's it. Girl, I'm not giving you no context, no content. Not on no IG, not on no Facebook, not on no YouTube. Bitch, I'ma come here, I'ma do my discussions, and they say, girl, we're not giving into no tea, we're not dropping no information. It is what it is. So you can speculate, what has this bitch really been up to? Right. Minding my business. Being in my scan. And I hope you've been doing yours too. And when I hop out, maybe you wanna hop in. Now let me stop. Let me go. Anyway, y'all, let me go. Secretary, not sure. Thank you so much for saying block your nuts. Yeah, good talking to you, Erzurli. And I've been here, for longer than I wanted to be here. But I will be doing another video. I will be tapping in. I encourage you, Erzuli, to look into reality shows and the laws that have been passed since the 90s on productions and all that. I would also like for you to look up books on modeling and how long have they been available. That's why I believe that's why... a lot of these shows make you be 18 years old or older when you're on these shows, just in case something happened. I know there's certain laws that apply to minors and not adults. And so they want to make sure you are 18 or older. So that way they're not legally responsible for anything happen to you. Like I said, if something happens to me at McDonald's, at Taco Bell, or even in a public building, I'm going for the person who did something to me. I will ask the, company, if there's cameras, hey, was the cameras getting this? I'm gonna need this footage for blah, blah, blah. And then I want them to tell me what they're gonna tell me. Then of course I'm still gonna call the police, and they're gonna have to give a written statement to the police, because that's another thing too. When the police is called out for a crime, you gotta also talk and give your piece too. They can't say, oh, we're not gonna speak on that. And so of course not backtracking, but I'm just saying, honey. Shandy and these other stores, girl, it just seems like, girl, they trying to come for Black Tyra. I'm gonna have to call her Black Tyra now. They come from Miss Black Woman Tyra, Miss Successful Independent. Hold on, let me do this before we get up out of here. Hold on. Let's get into this, honey. Hold on, because I want you to understand this early. I want you to understand something. Okay, let's get into this. Okay. Let's get into this. Okay. Well, these are some key accolades to Tyra Banks. She is a pioneering supermodel, television producer, and entrepreneur known for breaking racial barriers in fashion and winning. And see, that'd be another thing too. It says breaking racial barriers in fashion and winning 2 Daytime Emmy Awards for the Tyra Banks Show in 2008 and 2009. As the creator of America's Next Top Model and the first Black woman to cover the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue and Victoria's Secret catalog, she was the first Black woman to grace the cover of Victoria's Secret catalog and Sports Illustrated. There was no other Black bitch before her. She established herself as a major cultural icon. Television and production. She won two Daytime Emmys for Outstanding Talk Show, Informative, and multiple Teen Choice Awards for Choice TV Personality and GLAAD Media Awards, honey, LGBT. Modeling milestone. First Black woman on the cover of GQ and Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition, and the first African-American Victoria's Secret angel. Y'all better give her motherfucking roses while she here. And that's all I want to say, you hating assholes. And that's something too, girl. If you dislike Tyra, girl, you're a hater. And I'm going to stay on that, bitch. You a hating ass bitch. Bitch, that's it. Girl, you a hating ass bitch, girl. Especially people like, I'm a woman's woman. No, you're not, girl. You're not a woman's woman, girl. You're a picky, choosy ass woman. Or better yet, you're a venomized ass woman supporter. How about that? Because you support the venomized woman, a woman that fucking do shit to fuck up people. Hello? Anyway, I'm not getting into that. Business and education. Tyra graduated from Harvard Business School of Owner and President Management Program and served as a visiting professor at Stanford University. Media and Impact named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people in the world twice. She was influential to people twice. Twice! She influenced some hoes. Y'all see, that's all we talk about, girl. Y'all just be hating on the wrong people. Awards. Received the VH1 Supermodel of the Year award 1997, was named one of Glamour magazine's Woman of the Year. She founded also Bankable Production and a T-Zone program, which focused on leadership skills for young people. Y'all got to give people the accolades. Because I would say right there, that's better than a lot of hoes. A lot of people y'all look up to, she's done better than they've done. They might have the Grammys, they might have the nominations, they might have the money. But we know the 360 deals ain't the same as the regular deals. But either way, she has her own money. Either way, there is no allegations of her throwing, assaulting, and all that. Should we look up? Let me see. Let me see if there's any. Let's see. Has Tyra Banks ever put her hands on anybody? It said there is no credible, widely reported, or verified public accounts of Tyra Banks physically assaulting or hitting anybody with her hands. While she had faced significant criticism for her treatment of contestants on America's Next Top Model. So that'd be another thing too. This is the only thing that they have on her is a reality show, and people were put on a show to be a contestant to win. A competition, girl. Y'all acting like this is Iyanla Saved My Life. Y'all, like it was Iyanla Saved My Life. Like Mama's on this show and she said, y'all, I know y'all got trauma. We're going to heal y'all from your trauma. And I'm doing my best to heal you. And then they're going to say, well, she actually didn't heal her trauma. She made the trauma worse. No, bitch. Your parents need to be brought into this too. Where y'all mama and daddies at? Okay. But yeah, girl, let me see. Are there any reports of Tyra Banks attacking paparazzi? In fact, the search results highlight a situation 2007 where paparazzi attacked Tyra Banks by taking unposed, unflattering photos of her at the beach, which led to "Kiss My Fat Ass" segment on her show to clap back at the body shaming headlines. Okay, she had a verbal contempt. Yeah, she never put her hands on nobody though. See, that's how we talk about, girl. Y'all be coming for the wrong people. Is there anything that she's done? Did she personally attack these women on this show? Did she personally watch these women get physically assaulted? Are they saying we went to Tyra about this situation, and Tyra said it's not my business, and so we had to file the police report against her because she didn't want to help save us? Like these are the questions that we gotta have here. We gotta take our emotions out, and we gotta really look at the bigger picture. Now, what is Shandy Sullivan doing now? What is Kanaya Hills doing now? What is Adrian? Let me see. Let me see what Adrian Curry's nasty ass doing. What is Adrian Curry doing? Let me see what her nasty ass is doing. Yeah, she's still built like a damn robot. I know that's right. She is an I would be upset too. It said that Adrian Curry, the first American Next Top Model winner, has retired from Hollywood and lives off the grid in Montana with her husband, Matthew Rode. Is it Rode or Roddy? I don't know, girl. Whatever. Rod. Whatever, girl. We're going to say Rode like Rhode Island. She works as an independent Avon sales representative. That really sounds like somebody that would be upset about Tyra, too. I mean, I would be upset, too. Bitch, I wish that I went on this show and got humiliated and I ended up being an Avon sales representative. Girl, bye. I would be upset too. Let's see what Miss Shandy Sullivan is doing before I go. Hold on. Let's see what Miss Shandy Sullivan doing. What is Shandy Sullivan doing? She works with the animals. She works with the animals. And because the show made her feeling really broken, and you know, she was a Walgreens employee, Besides being new to modeling, Sullivan made it all the way to the finals. Her journey through, though, was rife with drama and breathlessly captured on camera. A document still hunts her, blah, blah, blah. Okay, during Sullivan spoke candidly about her childhood and complicated relationship with her parents. So, see what I mean? And see, I never read this. Right hand up. Arzuli Hart. See, when we were talking about Shandy, I'm like, but it's something with her parents. And this is a traumatic experience for her on this show. And what ended up happening was something on this show ticked off that past traumatic experience. And now she's blaming it on somebody who could be held accountable. And that's what it's giving with a lot of these people. But that's not my business. Like I said, we ain't backtracking. It said that she had a complicated relationship with her parents, saying that she felt like the black sheep in her family. Sullivan decided to move out when she was 18. She bought a plane ticket and didn't tell her parents where she was going. On the way out, she ran into her dad, who told her to have a nice life. But see, why? Why did your dad tell you to have a nice life? What was the complicated relationship you had with your father? Are there any history of you accusing things that did not happen? Are you a act? Are you? Do you accuse people of things that never happened? There's no real proof about it. Hello, let's talk about it. These are just questions that I want to know. And so she ended up in Kansas City where she worked as a service clerk at Walgreens. After seeing an ad for A&TM, she went to the casting call. The rest is history. So Shandy is the dorky one. Shandy is the one that looked like she was on the movie, what's that? The Magicians. Okay, now we know who Shandy is. I actually love Shandy. I still stand on what I say, Shandy. I don't give a fuck. I loved her on that show, but still stand on what I stand. Okay, and so what really happened here? And so she said they said she's from Kansas City, Missouri, but where's she really from, though? You know what I mean? And then also you never wanted to be a model before you got on America's Next Top Model. That explains it. And then can we get the name of the man that sexually assaulted you so we can ring his ass up? Hello? Can we get a mess? Can we get the name of this? Because you're coming out public and you want people to come for Tyra motherfucking Banks, Shandy. Miss Shandy. Miss Sullivan. Where the fuck is the man who got you together? Because we need to get him together. Where's he at? Drop his name. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find it. What is the name of the male model that did something to Shandy Sullivan? He was not identified recently or in that episode. He was referred to as an Italian guy or Vespa driver who was invited to the model's home in Milan, Italy, along with other men. Tyra, Ken Mock, I hope you guys have the footage of this alleged situation. If Sandy want to take y'all to court, because you're gonna need it to save your motherfucking ass. You're gonna need it because Miss Shandy, if she wants to go that far, which I mean, she don't want to name the guy who did it. She don't want to name the guy who did it. You know, that's something too. Shannon, did you go get an STD test? Because we know those Italian men, they be whoa, they be hoes, girl. Did you go get an STD test, girl, to make sure you didn't have anything? Because that's the thing that I want to get at. Like, what's really going on here? And and she was inebriated to the point of not being able to consent, and the production did not intervene while the scene was being filmed. Can we see this? Tyra, I might just send Tyra Banks the facts. Because I need to know. No, fuck that. We're going to ask the spirit. Ow! Because you can't hide from the spirit. We're going to ask the spirit. What happened? We're going to call out all you hoes by the name of the spirit. That's what we're going to do. All you America's Next Top Model hoes, we're going to call it out. We're gonna tap in. We're gonna read. We're gonna start with the higher up and we're gonna go down. We're gonna start up with the corporate people because we want to know outside of Ken Mock and Tyra, who else was a part of it? Because there's a Chris name that pops up. There's a Tangi, Tanaya, Tadeja, Kanasia, Tanika. It's TAN something that's also connected to this shit. There's about a good five of you. So we're gonna do a reading with the spirit, and we're gonna see from the top to the motherfucking bottom what's going on. And then you know what else I'm gonna do? You know what else I'm gonna do when I'm done? I want to do a reading on Azurli because I don't think you like Tyra. So I want to see why you don't like Tyra. I'm also gonna do a reading on my good sister because she don't like Tyra, and I want to see why she really don't like Tyra. I want to see why she really don't like Tyra either. But she loved Naomi Campbell. She don't like Tyra, but she loved Naomi. She don't like Nikki, but she loved Cardi. Yeah, we're gonna do a reading on that. We're gonna do a reading on that. And you know who we're gonna allow to give the reading to? We're gonna allow to walk us in that ocean. Come on, mama. We're gonna let mama walk us on through that reading. That's what we're gonna do. Oshun gonna tell us why these hoes don't see it for Tyra. That's what we're gonna do. Oshun is gonna show us why they don't see it for Tyra, but they see it for Naomi. They don't see it for Nikki, but they see it for Cardi. We're gonna see why these hoes hate the hoes who are the good ones, but like the hoes who are not. That's what we're gonna see. That's what we're gonna see, girl. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. And maybe it's a spirit that's trying to fuck with me, because baby, if it's a spirit that's trying to fuck with me, we're gonna exercise that spirit up out of there too. And bitch, I'm gonna give you a motherfucking call too. That's the situation. Ow! If that situation, bitch, it's on and popping. I'm about to exercise some motherfucking spirits tonight. So I'm gonna come back, y'all. We're gonna do something. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna do a little tea. I'm gonna tap in. I wanna get a little in on what we got going on. Okay, I wanna see what we got going on. You know, what is the hate train for? Okay, good girl. Fuck you. Shut up. Anyway, let me go, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm in a good mood today. I'm very vocal today. Anyway, y'all, bye for now. Love and light. Show your face, Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, Jeffrey, you want to see my face? Are you sure you want to see it? I look like a grown up. Are you sure? Because I heard you like children. Ow! I heard you like children, man. You don't like me. Better yet, you ain't gonna really like me, Miss Thing, because see, you know what I should have did, y'all, and I'm so upset right now. I should have did a reading on those fucking Epstein. Ah! I should have did a reading on. Well, I stand on what I said on. I knew Tyra Banks wasn't in there. I knew Wendy Williams wasn't in there. Because the people that I like are not gonna be in no shit like that. Hello! Nicki Minaj ain't gonna be in it either. Hello? And that's something too. Anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. Listen, Jeffrey, good seeing you. I saw my own narcissism in Tyra. Oh, I fell in love with my sex sister Tyra. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see something. Narcissism traits. Let's see something right now. It says that narcissism is characterized by a pervasive pattern of grandiosism or grandiosity, an excessive need for admiration, and a profound lack of empathy, often manifesting as entitlement, arrogance, and manipulative behavior. That is so ironic, Urzuli Hearts, because I've never seen, and we're talking about outside of production. We're not talking about for America's Next Top Model's sake. We're talking about in interviews. We're talking about in, anything like this. I've never seen the grandiose energy in Tyra. I've never seen that. One thing I know about celebrities that are narcissists, they have to have a image of I'm better than you. And one way of them having that image is they got to marry the best looking guy. They got to come out as I'm connected to the top of the line fashion designer. I'm going to be friends with Tom Ford for Louis Vuitton. Like, that's that type of thing. Her image has never given us, and it says pervasive pattern. I do not get the grandiose energy from Tyra Banks. I actually get a very humbled one from her. It said an excessive need for admiration. I don't think anybody who has publicly been outed without having wigs on and lace fronts on, someone who gets on camera and has come out without makeup on, somebody who's aware of their cellulite and dark circles and bags underneath their eyes and advertised it during an era where they said that dark circles, cellulite, and baggy eyes were unattractive. I don't think that that is somebody who needs admiration. And it says an excessive need for admiration. The only thing I do see with Tyra, and I do see this as a relatable thing because I have friends that also do the same thing. I don't do that because I don't see me in other people. Maybe I'm a narcissist. I don't know. Maybe I love Tyra because she's a narcissist and I'm one too. I don't know. But my therapist don't say I'm a narcissist, by the way. I actually thought, I was like, maybe I'm a narcissist. Maybe I'm a psychopath. Maybe I'm a sociopath. Not neither one of them. No, not none of them, honey. But Tyra Banks, something that she does that a lot of people hated and I kind of disliked for a little bit was she would say, so tell me about your modeling story. And the girl would say, yeah, when I was a model, I was 14 years old and I was starving myself and I was eating cucumbers with cotton balls dipped in alcohol and blah, blah, blah. And she said, you know what's so funny? When I was 14 years old, I did that too. But instead of me eating cotton balls and cucumber slices, I actually was chowing on bark. And then after I eat the bark, I would just regurgitate the bark up. And then on top of that, I would drink pine water. And then on top of the pine water just gave me diarrhea. And it just came right out of me. Like, that's what she would do. But I'm like, I think that's like a human nature. I don't think that's a narcissistic thing. I think that's a personality thing. I think that personality, like people who have been through something and they're like, girl, I gotta seem like I can relate to this girl. Like what they say, they don't know how to read the relatability. They don't know how to say, hey, oh, I've been through the same thing you've been through. Or, hey, oh, that's amazing. Like I said, I don't need validity in my experiences, so I don't have to compare and contrast my experience to other people. It also says a profound lack of empathy. So you're telling me a woman who started a talk show is not she lacks empathy? A woman who started a T-zone program lacks empathy? A woman who started a show and was willing to put her career on hold while she helped build up other people's career, that's lacking of empathy? It says, also right here, a grandiose sense of self-importance. Oh, it also says, individuals with narcissistic traits may appear charming initially, but often engage in exploitative, controlling, or demeaning actions. So has Tyra Banks ever called any of these contestants a hoe, a bitch, a black whore, white whore, cheap whore? You're never going to be anything because your body is nasty. We need to close your gap up, girl, because you look like a rabbit-faced bitch. Like, did Tyra Banks say this to these people? Did Tyra Banks say that? It says controlling. Did Tyra Banks threaten these women and say, if you don't do this photo shoot, Shanji, we're going to sue you for $2 million? Or this is the only show that you're going to make it, ladies. If you don't make it here, you're never going to make it. Did she say that to these people? Because that's what a narcissist would say. And what about exaggerating achievements? Did Tyra Banks ever say, I was one of the first black women to grace Milano, Italy? I had a photo shoot of Milan, y'all. And I was standing on the edge of the mountain. I was the first black girl to do that. I was the first black girl to eat sardines on the shore of Napoli, Italy. Did Tyra Banks ever say they did that? I just want to know. And it says also, they exaggerate their achievements, talents, and expect them to be recognized as superior without commensurate accomplishments. That means that they cannot show. They did not receive any accomplishment. They want to be given the accolades. What I do also see with Tyra Banks too, because I wanted to wait on this, but I do see that she had an interview with Naomi Campbell. And in that moment, what I saw is a little girl looking up to another model in what do you call it? Admiration, like, oh my God, this is another black woman. Oh, she is so pretty. I love her skin, blah, 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 blah. But I also see that this woman needed this fellow supermodel to say, Tyra, you did your thing. Tyra, like she didn't do these recognizable things. She did not become the first black woman to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated for us, the general public, to say Tyra is the best model. She's the best looking woman. She did it because she wanted to be recognized by the industry, including the industry gatekeepers as Naomi Campbell. Because Naomi Campbell had the ability to have control over certain things. She's going to say she didn't, but I can tell you right now, I know for sure and I'm feeling it. Okay, we're going to say, I don't know for sure because I wasn't there, but we're going to say energetically. All of that stuff proven otherwise. That she had built connections with people, however she wanted to build those connections with photographers, agents, however, like I said, she could have went to dinner with them. She could have whatever with them. That's her business. I'm not saying what she did. I'm just saying, But she had the ability to say, yes, I want a subtle brown girl on the campaign with me. But instead, she said, no, I'm the only hoe. I need my tea. And that's what it is. So, yeah. And it says going into lacking empathy, the inability or unwillingness to recognize or identify with the feelings or needs of others. Tyra Banks have episodes of her crying with people or really hurts. Tyra Banks had a conversation, even on the America's Top Model, with other contestants who were having fucked up life stories, and she got emotional with them. When they started crying, she immediately comforted them. Fuck it being about TV because that goes out the door. When they broke down and cried, she comforted them. Also, what she did too, she tried to cheer them up. She didn't dwell in this energy like, oh, you're sad right now. Let me keep talking about sad shit. She wanted to cheer them up. So that's not lack of empathy. That is actually empathetic of her. And it says a need for admiration, a constant, excessive demand for compliments, attention, and validation. Like I said, we would have always seen Tyra Banks walking around done up with 6-inch heels on, Victoria's Secret outfit with her hair done. That right there, that right there is that. Like, girl, I always tell people this. One thing about me that I learned, I have friends that, and people that I think that need validity in their experience, whatever that mean, however that mean. And of course they do that by wanting to wear the best outfits, do the best hair, the best makeup, whatever. For me, I don't care about that. To me, I'm like, if you're going to like me, I want you to see me at my worst. If you're going to see me at my worst and I'm still nice and you mistreat me, I know that it's deeper than anything. A lot of people, what they call beauty privilege, they know that more attractive people, once again, that need for approval. They want people to validate. Oh, you look good today. Oh, your makeup look good. Oh, your hair look good. Oh, you're wearing a nice outfit. Oh, your skin look good. Oh, your nails look good. That's what they love. They live off of that. If they're not getting that, they feel empty. They feel bored. They feel betrayed. They feel like, oh my God. And so that right there, I'm like, yeah, that would be Tyra. Tyra is not constantly assessing over compliments and attention. Tyra, like I said, we've seen Tyra bent out of shape looking like a seal on a beach. We've seen Tyra Banks with sweatsuits on, built like the Michelin Man. We've seen Tyra Banks, girl, with dark, like, girl, she looked scary, girl. She looked like that movie called The Skinner. So I'm just saying, girl, that's like a narcissistic person, somebody who's narcissistic would not be seen like that. They have to be seen in the best lighting all the time. They have to. Oh, I don't want to say it like that because I don't want people to think I'm crazy. Oh, I have to say this like because I want people to think I'm mean. Like, oh, girl, I don't give a fuck about what you think about me, honey. And that's just me being real. The old me did. The new me, girl, I don't give a fuck what you think about me, girl. You think I'm rude. You think I'm this. You think I'm that. I don't care. Girl, don't talk to me. This is what it is, honey. I don't care. I'm going to ask you to talk to me, girl. Just like Tyra Banks didn't force those girls to stay on the show. I'm going to ask you to stay around me. Hello. The sense of entitlement. It says unreasonable expectations of especially favorable treatment or automatic compliance with their expectations. Did Tyra Banks ever show up to a nail place and say, I'm a supermodel. You better do my nails, bitch? Is there anything publicly out there about that? Tyra Banks being a supermodel and assistant get a phone thrown at them because they didn't listen to what she said because she felt like she's a supermodel of the world and you better listen? Huh? Hello? When the photographers took a picture of this narcissistic bitch named Tyra Banks, or Zuli, because that's what you said, not me. When they took a picture of this narcissistic bitch, did she hit them or throw the camera out the hand and say, don't take a picture of me. My body is bad now. Because that's a narcissist. Now, if you told me that Naomi Campbell was a narcissist, I would believe it. Because that bitch is definitely a narcissist. Yeah, definitely, honey. Naomi Campbell is definitely a motherfucking narcissist. Yes, honey. And you can even look up psychopathic and sociopathic behavior. When they don't get things their way, they throw temper tantrums. They're very impulsive and compulsive, honey. They do not think before that, oh, I'm so sorry. I was so angry when I did that. Girl, I was angry too. But I didn't get in my car and run nobody over. I didn't throw a phone at nobody. I didn't, slap the camera out there. They're like, girl, what? The fuck out of here. Girl, a lot of us get mad at shit, but I'm not about to take my anger out of other people because I have self control. And I don't feel like I'm better than anybody. See, when you think you're better than anybody, you're upset and you want to take it out on the world. When you don't feel like you're better than anybody, girl, you're upset and you go home and you shut your fucking door and close your windows. And you scream in your house, fuck you, bitch. Yeah. You don't go out in the world and say, you know what, I'm mad. Let me whoop this bitch's ass. Yeah. When you think you're better than people, that's what you do. Oh, I'm about to whoop your ass, you bitch. You tranny bitch. You white bitch. Yeah. Yeah, that's what you do when you think you're better than people. And it also says exploitive behavior, taking advantage of others to achieve their own needs. So you're saying that Tyra Banks, that's probably the only trait I may see, is that Tyra exploited on a reality show, which by the way, all reality shows exploiting, just like magazines and stuff are, it's exploiting, that she did what all these paparazzi shit been doing all these years. She started a show and she exploited people's downfalls so that she could get recognized on America's Next Top Model. Or what was she exploiting them for? And then it says envy and arrogance. It says that narcissists frequently envy others or believing others envy them by accompanied by arrogant, haughty behavior. I don't think Tyra Banks think that people are jealous of her. I don't think Tyrus is jealous of anybody because that's the case. Tyra Banks would have had a whole FFS, a whole body reconstruction, and a skin bleaching session. Because I think that all her friends are lighter than her and of other cultures. And so I don't see that in her neither. Let's go into, it says signs of narcissism in relationships and workplace. Manipulation, using tactics like gaslighting, making partners doubt their reality, or projecting, accusing others of their own faults. So Tyra gaslighted these contestants on his show by making them think that her reality was their reality, in the sense of, I'm mean, I'm in a fucked up mood, so you're in a fucked up mood. Or even going into, accusing others of their own faults. So Tyra Banks basically made the photo shoot to be at 3:00. The model showed up at 3:30. And because their car came late, they blamed Tyra, no, excuse me, because we're going to make it seem like Tyra's fault, right? So Tyra Banks set up a situation for them to start the photo shoot at 3:00, even though that 15 minutes, we know 15 minutes early is the best policy. They decided to start the photo shoot 5 minutes before 3:00. And once you came through the door at 3:02, Tyra Banks checked your ass. And you're saying now that Tyra Banks is manipulation? She's projecting? Like, bitch, it's y'all fault why we're late? Even though they really are late? And then it's a gaslighting here. Let's get into gaslighting because Arzuli said that Tyra Banks gaslighted. It says that adamantly denying that they said or did something that you clearly remember them saying or doing, or labeling you crazy. So Tyra Banks denied anything that these girls are alleging happened to them that she witnessed, Arzuli, because you said she gaslighted. She also called them crazy. Are there any statements of this? See, that's what I said. I think people use words and they don't really know what these words mean. I think that we're so used to hearing the words gaslighting that everybody uses that word now. Even though that's an old-ass word. It's been used since the 1900s. I feel like everybody uses that word now because it's just a popular word. Like, it's trendy. So it's like, girl, gaslighting? Tyra was gaslighting who? Love bombing and devaluation. Initially, intense affection followed by coldness and criticism. So Tyra Banks gave these girls the idea that she wanted to be friends with them. Control freak. Intense need to control situations, conversations, and partners. So she's an executive producer of a show that was her idea. So she was controlling all the narratives of the show as an executive producer, and that makes her a control freak. Workplace superiority, belittling colleagues, taking credit for work and ignoring boundaries. And so the models told Tyra, I'm on this show, but I will not cut my hair. I will not fix my gap teeth. And Tyra said, no, fuck that. You're going to, bitch, or you're out of here. Belittling colleagues. Did she ever call these people out their name? Did Shandy get called a scrawny little nerdy bitch? Did Danielle ever get called a bucktooth beaver hoe? Like, I mean, I'm just really trying to see where's the narcissistic tea at. I don't get it. Where is it at? Where is it at, honey? I don't see it at all. Mm-mm. I don't see it at all, baby. And I think a lot of non-psychologists would say she's narcissist, but a lot of y'all mamas and daddies are narcissists too. So you know that don't. I mean, that means something. That doesn't mean nothing. You know what I mean? A lot of your parents are narcissists. A lot of your husbands and wives are narcissists. A lot of your children are fucking narcissists. Hello. Let's talk about shit that's important. A lot of you are narcissists, and that's why you can't stand me. Narcissists can't stand me. Narcissistic ass people cannot stand me because I call a spade, and I'm gonna let you play in my motherfucking face. Also known as gaslighting, and that's what that is. Now, being to talk about gaslighting, let's look up psychopathic, sociopathic. Let's look up sociopathic first, and I'm really gonna go. It says that sociopath or antisocial personality disorder, also known as ASPD, is characterized by a long-term pattern of manipulating, exploiting, and or violating the rights of others, often lacking empathy and remorse. Individuals with conditions may appear charming but are often impulsive, deceitful, and aggressive, disregarding social norms and safety. It says they're also irresponsible. They're unable to maintain work, financial, and personal commitments. Impulsive and aggression, irritability, frequent fights, or physical assaults. Yeah, Naomi Campbell, honey. Lack of remorse, little to no guilt for harming others. Yeah, it doesn't count when you get arrested. Deceitfulness and manipulation, using charm, wit, and lies for personal gain. Well, a lot of you get fooled by that shit too, because mama's so pretty and she get on camera, she talk. Girl, there's no shade with that. Disregard for safety, reckless behavior towards self or others. Yeah, that means like you're harming others, throwing phones at people, sexually assaulting people. Yeah, that's a sociopath. Throwing phones at people. Yes. Violation of norms, criminal behavior, trouble with the law. Yeah, girl, you got more than one fucking crime committed on your fucking belt, girl. You're a fucking sociopath. Now, Tyra Banks sociopath? Not, no, no. Psychopathic definitions. Okay. So let's get into, psychopath. Let's get into it. It is a personality disorder characterized about lack of conscience. Yeah, people are psychopaths. They do shit and they don't really care about what happens to them. They don't care if they go to jail. They don't care if they get fucked up, they get slapped, they get whatever. They don't care about that. In that moment, they don't care. Antisocial behavior and specific cognitive impairments. Well, what is it? Because a lot of people are saying that people are autistic and stuff, and I'm like, is it possible that you are really psychopathic? Is it really that you're really a psychopathic parasite? And you're alleging that you're autistic because it's saying specific cognitive impairments. And let's see what this is. It says people with psychopathic may appear normal or charming, but often lack empathy, guilt, and remorse. Yeah, you're good at lying. You don't care about, oh my God, me lying to this person might hurt their feelings. It's just about you in that moment. They also are able to manipulate. They may also be manipulative, grandiose, and deceitful. Wow, deceitful pops up a lot. That's crazy. Affective traits. There are callous, shallow affect, lack of empathy, guilt, and or remorse. Interpersonal traits are deceitful, manipulative, arrogant, and grandiose. It said behavioral traits are impulsive, irresponsible, and engaging in planned acts of aggression. That's breaking the law. That's fighting. That's getting into debates with people. That's rage baiting. That's looking up, drama shit. Yeah, girl. Yeah, that's what that is. Cognitive traits. Deficiency in processing certain emotional expressions and stimulus reinforcement learning. Is that autistic? That'd be interesting to know. Stimulus reinforcement. What is stimulus reinforcement? I want to look this up. I want to look this up. That'd be nothing too, but I've been noticing too. I'm like, have I ever heard certain people cry and shit? Because, baby, you saying that you cried in your car, that's not the same as you really cried. So it's like, have I ever heard people cried and seen people like, that's interesting. I'm thinking about it. But let me look. Stimulus reinforcement. Let's see what stimulus reinforcement mean. Stimulus reinforcement is a behavioral psychological process where a specific stimulus, an object, event, or consequence follows a behavior, increase the likeness of that behavior occurring again. Yep, yep. I feel like that's when people commit, when people do things and they commit the same thing over and over again. Yeah. I feel like when people have a history of lying to you and they continue to lie to you, I feel like that's that. I feel like also, using people, using people kindness for weakness. I also think that's also psychopathic. That's also, I think, considered like stimulus reinforcement. So that's interesting. Look, so it's not autistic. Okay. I just wanted to know because I'm like, girl, what? It says reinforcement refers to consequences that increases the likeness of it. Or, okay, yeah. So it's saying repetitive. Like they do repetitive things. Um, mm, That's what I'm talking about, girl. So you see what I mean? Like this is what I don't got Hulu. Bitch, I don't got fucking Hulu. But yeah, that's that girl. I just want to leave y'all with that girl. God bless y'all. Be good. Be in the spirit. I really hope that you guys learn more about yourself during this time. You know, um, I don't know why this heater's still on, bitch. That's why I'm over here doing all this with. I'm like, girl, what the fuck? The heater's on. Um, But this is why, I mean, I encourage you all to, work on yourself, work on your growth, allow all the time you need, heal yourself, let people, place, and things go that does not help you on your healing journey. And that's that, honey. Work out your issue with your mom and daddy. Don't be distracted by social media, the Epstein files, and all this other shit, girl. We're questioning everybody but what need to be, questioned. They threw the ice shit and the Epstein's at us at the same time. Now we got this Tyra Banks reality show. Like, girl, they really trying to confuse people and get people caught up in some shit. But don't fall for it, girl. Stay true to yourself, love yourself, and that's it. Well, that's it, though. I mean, she always have a story that match, but having one narcissistic trait doesn't make you a narcissist. Or Zuli Hearts. Like I said, I know a lot of people that does that story matching shit. Yeah. I know a lot of people, honey. One trait don't count for a narcissist, honey. Like I said, the major ones is you're better than, and I own my own property. Like, let me give you a good example. I know somebody who's a narcissist. And of course, the major one is they lack emotions and sympathy for people because they will literally exploit people. They will literally blackmail people, act like they're cool with you, get your information, blackmail you. But what is the most alarming thing for me is that these people will scam to get shit, right? They would scam to get surgeries, meaning they would get a credit card, pay for their surgery, and then they won't pay the credit cards back, right? And then they'll come out and they'll say, I got my brow done. I got my Botox, and nobody's asking them what they got done. I got my nose done, my cheek done, my brow done, my breast done 3 times, this and that. And they still look like bodybuilders too. So it's like that right there. I'm like, that's a narcissist right there. Like their main thing is they like to brag about what they have, even when you don't ask. A narcissist like to brag even when you don't ask. When you don't ask about the money, when you don't ask about the lifehood or whatever, they gotta bring it up. Well, that's what I was trying to tell you. Or now they're your mother. I want to be your mom. I want to train you. Like, I didn't ask you for your help. I didn't tell you that I needed help with my hair or my makeup or whatever. Like, you're just trying to substitute yourself or assign yourself to being that. That's a narcissistic move. That's a narcissist. And like I said, they do not like me because I call it out. So that person particular, that's what they did. They always have to be acknowledged and admired. And, you know, I'm white and I'm the best looking girl and there's no trainee better than me. And it's like, girl, even without these filters, you know you don't look that good, girl. You got your face done and still wear makeup. You got your whole face did and still wear pounds of makeup, girl. Like, you know what you look like without those filters. But like I said, a narcissist know the true tea, but they don't want other people to see that. Tyra Banks has never exaggerated anything about herself. And like I said, that's a major trait of a narcissist. Wanting to accolade, and I just got back from Dubai and I paid 14K for that. And like, girl, mama never voluntarily come out and give a story. When somebody asks a question, mama answer the question. But she never just come out and say, hey, yeah, I just spent 2K on that. I just got a bag. My Birkin bag cost me 80,000. Are you kidding me? You calling me a narcissist, but I just got an 80,000 Birkin bag. Like, girl, what? Nobody asked you that. That would be a narcissist. But like I said, story matching, I think that's a personality trait. I think that's a personality type. I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to say people matching stories with other people, not all people, just certain people or certain stories. I feel like that is a personality trait. I think a narcissist have no limits. I think they will compare and contrast even with broke people. I think that, you know, like I said, I know several narcissistic people, just so happen that they are of a particular experience, but they like that. They want to be better than you. They want to, you know, hey, I got a magazine. Hey, I got a recording album. Hey, I shot a cut. And even though they pay for this shit, they still want you to give them their accolades. Hey, I've been doing this for 20 years and look where I'm at. And it's like, but I didn't ask you how long you've been doing it. And I don't care you've done it for 20 years, bitch. Like, I don't care. But, and then if you don't care, now they want to fight you. And bitch, I told you. Like I told y'all a story about me, honey. People had a picture, these narcissists, they had a picture of me from 2020, 2017, 2016, and I think it was 2015 because now I'm thinking about it right now. The person who was in this chat, they died 2015. Yeah, they died 2015. So this was 2015, guys. This was 12 years ago. Literally, we're having a debate online, and I'm telling these girls to put their shit where their mouth is because they kept trying to like have this battle. And I'm like, girl, you can't battle with me. We're not in the same arena. And so of course they're like, wait, what? And then so I was like, yeah. And I was like, girl. And they're like, well, look, and okay, yeah, girl, but you know, you pay for that. That doesn't count. This is not something that you naturally are born with. Let's see your pre-transitional pictures. I can show mine. I was not an ugly boy. I was not an ugly male presenting person or male looking person. So I did not transition because I was ugly. Baby, as a boy, I got pussy. As a boy, woman was motherfucking beating my motherfucking door down. Bitch, as a boy. Girl, I was not an ugly ass boy that said, oh, I want to be a woman so men can like me and I want women. Like, girl, no. And so either way, they couldn't take it. So while we're having this reading session, not to mention that the hottest guy on the app was really trying to like fuck with me and shit out of all the other girls. And once again, this is not a grandiose opinion. This is factual. People can actually testify to this. And so either way, what they did was behind the scenes, mysteriously, they had an album in their computer of this picture of me with a bra on with my hair in cornrows. Now, mind you, the camera was turned off. Somehow, some way the camera turned on. And it's like they were ready. Girl, the camera's on for like 5 seconds. It's like they were ready to get this footage, y'all. And they dropped it. And so when I was like, well, who sent this picture? Because I really don't give a fuck. Because the girls who had the pictures looked horrible before their surgeries. And even with their surgeries, they look horrible. And they think they look cute, but they really don't. They have to chase, you know, men who don't want them and shit. So I'm like, whatever. You know, they have to be validated. But either way, girl, this bitch was like, I sent it out. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, that's weird. I thought we didn't have no problems. I sent it out. Now, mind you, we really didn't have no problems, y'all. But as the narcissists that they are, they were like, bitch, yeah, I sent it out. I don't give a fuck. But what was your purpose of sending it out for? I just felt like sending it out. No, you felt like sending it out, girl, because that's the only thing you have on me. Right now, you cam up and I cam up, even with your breasts done 2 times, your nose done 2 times, girl, you still look like a nigga. You still look like a nigga. I would say I look, if the worst kind of worst, I look questionable. But I'm willing to say I don't look like a nigga. Okay, I'm willing to say that. Okay. And we know that everything is up for interpretations. But that's what it is that, girl, you feel some type of way because the glow up for you is different from the glow up for me. Your glow up is you have to pay for some tea using a credit card to get that shit. My glow up is, girl, I've elevated in my life, my career, my energy, and my surroundings. So you have to remind me that you're better than me. That's what a narcissist do. Tyra Banks don't have to remind us that she's better than us. She don't got to remind you in her storytelling that she did a bigger and better thing than you. She don't have to remind you of that. She will do a relatable statement and say, yeah, I also had that experience. But she won't say, hey, I'm better than you. Or, hey, oh, you jumped off. And we're talking about all the time now. You look at her TV show, honey, Mama would bring up relatable stories, but she never came off that she was better than any of these people, honey. Even on the show, when girls did shit, Mama could have said, "Are you fucking dumb? I was in Antarctica, butt booty naked, doing a photo shoot, showing a photo shoot of her and that snow melting, and you couldn't get on the top of the New York building in the rain and fell." She didn't do that shit when she did it. She probably did admit that she was ashamed of them or disappointed in them because they could have pushed themselves to the limits. Little Mama never said, "If I could be out in the snow, you can too, bitch," and make them feel bad for it. That's what a narcissist would have done. Okay, that's it. Mm-hmm. What's a bit boring, David McMahon? McMahon, honey. Because I'm born, girl, you don't got to be here, honey. Hello. If I'm born, honey, you ain't got to be here, girl. Miss Thing. Okay. No shade, girl. Let it be born, girl. Bye. There's other YouTubers, girl. They got 400. They got 450. They got 450 fucking people online now, honey. Go see those people. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about that girl. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying too. People be wanting you to be validated in them. People be thinking that you need, and I always say this very respectfully, and I promise I'm be done. People will look at somebody like me who has so many subscribers, like under 1,000 subscribers, as, yeah, this bitch been doing this for a while, and she only have this many subscribers. That should show you what it is. But the truth of the matter is, you don't see me begging for cash apps. The truth of the matter is, I have not worked a 9-to-5 job since 2008. The truth of the matter is that I pay taxes. So with that being said, it's quality over quantity. And so for me, okay, hey, they left. Okay, they left. For me, for me, for me, it is quality over quantity. A lot of people have 50,000 subscribers, but they don't these 50,000 subscribers, they don't know personally. Going into my subscribers and my active people, I know them. Going into my active people, I know them. And not to mention being in the state of California and don't ever have any plans of moving, my bills are paid. With my under 1,000 subscribers, I'm not begging for money. With my little bit of subscribers and a little bit of views, which my money comes from people that are on here, I'm not begging, and y'all better send that cash app over. Maybe I need to start doing that though. Y'all don't send the cash app over, I'm done. So something that I can say that I'm very, very grateful for is that I'm good. In my boringness and in my under 1,000 subscribers. And like I said, there's people that have over 1,000, but they got to manipulate. They got to beg. They got to threaten you. They got to come out with new ways. And, oh, there's an organization and you want to learn how to do cryptocurrency. That's not spiritual, bitch. Imagine a spiritualist offering their channel being spiritual, but they're offering you videos on cryptocurrency. Imagine a hoe out here telling you that she is a spiritualist, but she's also a realtor. And she's trying to get you signed for some realtor classes. Imagine a hoe out here being a spiritualist and she offering dispatcher classes. Like, is the spiritual money not working for you, sis, with all those subscribers and all those views? Like, that's crazy to me. That's cray cray. With all those subscribers and all those views, the money ain't coming through. So you got to offer dispatch classes and shit. That's not spiritual. Because I'm actually certified and licensed to teach a lot of things. Because that's just me. When I'm bored, I learn something. When I'm bored, I go to school for something. That's what I do. And I get bored quite easily as a Gemini. But honey, I'm not out here offering classes, and I'm like I said, I'm certified to be a teacher in a lot of these areas. But I'm not gonna come on YouTube and say, "Hey, you guys, you want to learn how to blah 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 blah?" I can certify you through the state of California. Like, girl, what? This is spiritual. We're going to talk about spiritual and the energies behind the experiences that we have because we are a spirit having a human experience. So that means that a lot of our experiences are spiritual based. And that's what I discussed. But this whole other thing, like, girl, the spiritual money ain't working for me, so let me start doing something else. No, we're going to stick up on the spirituality. And if it's ever dried up and done with, girl, I'm giving it up. When it's ever dry with and done with, girl, I'm saying bye-bye. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to threaten. I'm not going to bully. Girl, it's done. When the clients stop, I stop. Bye-bye. God bless y'all. We're moving on. Hello. Okay? And that's that, girl. So that's it. I'm done. Love and light, you guys. Hope you guys have a great day. I should have been on. Damn, we've been on here for 2 hours. Goddamn. 2 hours? Are you fucking kidding me, man? Fucking 2 hours. Let me go. And I'm chewing on some cinnamon gum, some Trident cinnamon, y'all. We love some Trident cinnamon. Let me see if Trident is in the Epstein files later. I'm going to see if the owner of Trident is in the Epstein files. Anyway, y'all, bye for now. Love and light. Okay? We love Tyra, though. We love her. Okay? I did watch it. Vladimir Putin wasn't in them. I'm barely seeing this Jeffrey Epstein. Vladimir Putin wasn't in it because he's a part of it. I mean, you can't trust anybody that you really can't see. Now catch that T. You can't trust anybody that you really cannot see. Was Fidel? Well, hold up. Was Fidel Castro up in the Epstein files too? Was Fidel Castro up in there? Hello? Was Fidel better yet? Was Bill Cosby up in there? Was Bill Cosby up on the Epstein file? That's the real question. Fuck a Vladimir Putin, girl. He can go kiss somebody's ass somewhere. And how do we know that the names that were redacted wasn't him? Because, you know, him and Donald, they buddies. How do we know that Vladimir Putin's name wasn't redacted? Because they said they had 1,500 agents working to redact that name, Jeffrey. I'm just saying, baby. See, like I said, don't play in my face. See, I'm too intelligent. See, as a Gemini woman, I'm always 2 steps ahead of you. That's how I be saying. People, girl, I feel like when somebody lie to me or don't tell me the whole story, I feel like you're calling me stupid and you basically slap me. I get offended 2 times because I'm like, baby, I know my shit because I'm already aware of it. I already scope out people's potential when I first meet you. If I have a dialogue with you within the first 10 seconds of talking to you, I already know what you're capable of doing. I already know that you're capable of lying, cheating, deceiving, or doing something fucked up. I know that already because I'm a victim of trauma. So I know how to protect myself from predators, bitch. So you goddamn right. I already know, like, girl, I know I can't trust you. So I'm 2 steps ahead of that, and I've already aligned it, because sometimes people will try to make you feel better and say, well, to be honest with you, if I was always this and that, I would have been that did it. No, you wouldn't have been that did it, because you would have been that did it. That would have been the time that I would have been that did what I would have did, and you probably wouldn't be here right now. Because like I said, I only trust people as far as I can throw them. So that's where it's at with that, baby. Honey, 1,500 agents to redact Donald Trump's name, allegedly. Yeah, you don't think Vladimir or anybody else is an under this redactment? You think his name was the only name redacted? Like I said, honey, I know how to read. I'm 2 steps ahead of you, baby. I know your ability. I know what you can't do. I know what you're able to do. I know what you're not able to do. And that's how I do. I observe, I assess, and I make my evaluation. And if I feel like I really like, ooh, they're closer to doing A, B, C, F, G than this, you'll know, okay, bitch, I'm not fucking with. Oh, well, why are you not cool with that person? Because I see them being a snake and conniving at stake. Fuck them saying and doing things, because, bitch, somebody who tell you what they're doing, they're always going to show their hand, and you can trust that. Somebody who don't tell you, or they only tell you when something bad is about to go down, it's like, oh, girl, you a sneaky ass snake. So I would not be able to trust you. Cardi B, Naomi, I would not trust those hoes, honey. I would not trust them, girl. Nicki Minaj, Tyra, in that sense, because these are the two people that are under fire that we really know I fuck with. Girl, I trust them. They may not like the LGBT, but I don't like some LGBT members, so I don't give a fuck about it. And Nicki Minaj's real thing is to protect the children, not the adults. So it got me thinking, are y'all predators? That's why y'all don't fuck with Nicki, because she want to protect she want to protect the kids from the predators preying on these kids, because they making it where 13-year-old trans people can transition without their parents knowing about it. Hello? Like, what you really fighting here, predator? Hello? She never came out and said fuck the niggas in wigs. She never come out and say fuck the grown ass transvestites. Y'all are still man and stop fucking blah blah. She never said that. So that's the real tea. But you know who did come out and really said that? Cardi B. Look at her gay slur readings and shit, girl. Y'all sitting here playing on my motherfucking face. That's what I be saying, girl. Get out my motherfucking face, girl. And then when I don't want to fuck with you hoes, y'all be like, what's going on? What did I do? Because you're playing stupid and you're playing in my motherfucking face. There are allegations of Cardi B making slurs towards trans people and gay people. There's none of that with Nicki outside of this shit that's going on now, and we know why it's going on. Stop playing stupid, bitch. Oh, I support Bad Bunny and I support Billie Eilish because they said fuck ICE. But they didn't say fuck the Epstein files. And that's more important to me. Children were hurt in the Epstein files. That's more important to me, girl. Billy, where you at? Bunny, where you at? Industry hoes, where you at? Thoughts, where you at? Slum and cum buckets, where you at? Bitch. But like I said, y'all can play in y'all face. Y'all can let them play in your face. You're not playing in my face, girl. Protect my peace, protect my sanity. I'm over here minding my business. Bye for now, honey. Love and light, love and truth. Bye, Jay. Ooh, not they. Ooh, Nicki Minaj is so sexy. Come on in, I know that's right. Jay, did you take out a message? Ezekiel, thank you so much. I think Nicki Minaj I think she is so sexy too. I love Nicki. I really do. I think that Nicki is a hurt woman. And as I say to people, Nicki needed protection and people didn't want to give her protection. Nicki asked for protection when the pandemic first hit. Nobody wanted to help her. Instead, they started bashing her for her marrying a registered essayer who was a teenager. And so he say, yes, of course he was trialed, but we know what this is. Can we talk about it? Yes, he was trialed and convicted and all stuff, but we know what it is and we know what it's not, right? We know how New York and other places and their jurisdictions work. But either way, that's not Nicki. But Nicki's coming out asking for help, and they're just like, fuck Nicki. Is she on drugs? Is she a crackhead? Is she lost her mind? She lost this, she lost that, right? But nobody asked this about Cardi B getting pregnant while she's still married to a man with another man who's alleged to be gay. She had a baby while she was still married to a man that she only knew for a couple of motherfucking months. And now that the baby done been born, allegedly, because it gives me a fake story anyway. But now she got her tour out, now they broke up. Girl, are you on drugs, Cardi? That's the fucking question. Check the baby. Check the baby. Is she on drugs? Is this bitch on drugs? This bitch on pills? But going back into that, Nicki didn't do anything. Nicki said what she said about the children. And she was coming for people who support the children. And, they groom. These are groomers. She came for these groomers. And she's the enemy now. She's the villain now. She's the problem. But nobody was caring about when Cardi B said, because we overlooked that, right? We didn't give a fuck then. Right? We didn't give a fuck then. We didn't give a fuck then because we didn't give a fuck. Maybe we were getting fucked. Maybe we were sucking on dick. Maybe we were getting high. Maybe we were taking care of baby daddies. Maybe we were taking our tax checks and paying for dumbass shit, getting new cars, getting new TV, collecting summer check. I don't know. We didn't care. But we didn't care when Cardi B came out of her own mouth and said that she actually sexually assaulted men and robbed them for money. That wasn't a problem. But as soon as Nicki said what she said about protecting the children, we don't like Nicki. I knew there was something about her I didn't like. She's pro this and that. Like, girl, are you stupid or are you just playing stupid? Are you stupid or are you just playing stupid? Tyra Banks is not losing my support, and Nicki Minaj is not losing my support. And that's that. Bitch, it is what it is. Matter of fact, I'm about to bump some Nicki today. I'm about to bump some Nicki today. And that's how we think. Y'all be thinking like, girl, did some of y'all just hate everybody? Do some of y'all just hate everybody? Who do y'all actually love and like? And then the ones y'all love haven't did shit for you or people like you. How do y'all just hate people just to hate people? Do y'all hate people that are better than y'all? Or what really be going on? That'd be the real question. Oh, I love me some Stevie Nicks. Did Stevie Nicks donate to the LGBT community? What have Stevie Nicks done for you as a person? Did she come out and speak out against or for the freedom of your rights? Did she say and did anything that anybody... It just doesn't make sense to me. But you hate on the ones that come out and speak against it. It has nothing to do with you. And like I said, everybody in there want to be in everybody's business now. But you can play that fucking role, honey. I'm not. Besides, not my business, honey. God bless America and God bless you people. Get it right. Get right with your God. Get right with your ancestors. What's going on over there? My blinds is being up. Hold on. This is what I'm going to do. How about that? Okay. Grass sent the message again. Tyra was made to look like a villain. It's just like Bad Girls Club or the Real House shows. Producers do things to make those people look. You said it. 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 Yes, you said it, honey. You said it. Hello, Diddy. You said it. Tyra was made to look like a villain, just like the Bad Girls Club or the Real House producers do things to make people look bad. You said it. And instead of these people taking their anger out on what's important, they're taking it out on just to do it. Once again, it's not ironic to me that this comes out around the time the Epstein files come out. It's not ironic to me that Tyra Banks have no public accusations because everything is behavioral patterns, just so you know that. People just don't become a fucked up person. People just don't become fucked up, y'all. It's a pattern, right? Allegedly, this woman with no criminal record, this person who has no public records of doing anything to anybody, including getting into verbal confrontations with people outside of her show, is being alleged to have condoned and allowed women to be sexually assaulted. It's like, girl, are y'all brain dead or y'all just dumb? It's one or the other. Oh, she's a cruel person. I say that and I stand on that. In my mind, I just be thinking like, girl, wait, what? Well, I saw what she did on the show, and some people came out and said, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, so as a trans person, and we're just going to talk about this because this goes hand in hand. As a trans person, do you ID, or excuse me, as an adult entertainer, do you ID everybody that comes into your room? Or that connects with you or talk to you? Even as a stripper, the club ID people, but you as a stripper, have you ID'd everybody that you interacted with? Now, who's to say that one of these clients wouldn't lie and say, when I was 17 years old, I snuck into a club and this tranny showed me blah, 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 blah. Or, hey, I was having a discussion with this tranny about blah, 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 and da-da-da-da. Like, and I'm using this as an example. That would be he say, she say. There's three sides to the story. His side, her side, and the truth. As a bystander, you don't know either side. I mean, you hear the sides, but you don't know what the truth is because you wasn't there. So to be like, I don't fuck with this person because of what I heard they did, in my mind, it's like, yeah, something's not right in that head. And I say that very respectfully. Because it's like, no, but what did you witness? Or what did she say out of her home? Now, there's a difference of people accusing somebody of committing a crime. And you're like, well, they said it, so I believe it. I'm not going to believe what somebody say unless I see the proof. But if you come out and say it out of your own mouth that you did it, I believe it to be true. Because you said that you did it. It came out of your mouth. That, hey, I used to drug, I used to, rob clients, whatever. So that's where I'm at with that, where I'm just like, are people brain dead or they're just dumb? Like, you don't like somebody who never done anything personal to you. And then you're taking side. Oh, well, I loved Shandy and I loved Kenya, and they both said they had experiences. Yeah, they had experiences on that show, but that show, Tyra Banks was an executive producer. She wasn't on set all the time. But you still, oh yeah, but it's still her fault. No, it's not her fault. What these people need to do is they need to reach out to the police and they need to bring forward the people who committed it. And of course, there's a statute of limitation for everything. That's another thing too. So it's like, for me, honey, and even if it happened in another country, you go to the U.S. ambassador and you tell them, while I was in Italy, this happened to me, and girl, the evidence is coming out. But no, they don't want to do that. Instead, what they want to do is they want to be a part of a crybaby ass society and come out and say, oh my God, I just want to come on here and I just want to complain about my experience that I had. But what did you do about the fucking experience, bitch? And that's real tea. And of course, like I said, maybe people who've never been accused of something, maybe you don't know that. People who've never been deemed the bad guy, maybe you don't understand that publicly. And I know people like that. Publicly, I've never heard somebody say you're a bad guy because nobody knows you publicly. I never heard somebody say that you did. I mean, the ones who do, they appear not to like you. But so, of course, I'm not going to believe that. If they don't like you and they call you a bad person and say that you're a scammer or lazy, I don't believe that because they don't like you. But like I said, socially, as a person, I have networked with people. People have definitely said a lot of things about me that were not true. That cannot be proven. But of course, some people believe it because they're like, well, she said it, and I'm cool with her now. She said it. So it's like, oh, girl, I'm not about to fight with that. So like I said, I understand those positions. But it definitely gives me that it's a setup. It gives me that, once again, hoes are jealous. It gives it that hoes just want to be a part of a cause, just to be a part of a cause, and they don't have their own fucking life. Maybe their life is boring. They don't have nothing else going on. So that's the excitement that they want. And like I said, in my mind, I'm just like, girl, you gotta be just one dumbass cookie to be like, I don't like this person because I heard things about them. And then also when I be thinking too, like, so you don't like this person because they started a show. If you look up the premises of the show that they're on, like Atlanta, not Atlanta Housewives. That's another example. But Love and Hip Hop. People are like, oh, I don't like Love and Hip Hop no more because it's so exploitive and blah, 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 blah. But it's like, so do you know what Love and Hip Hop pitch was to get on VH1? Do you not know the history of the shows of VH1? Do you not know the history of competitive shows? Could you imagine somebody from Fear Factor? And I just want to put this in retrospect, people. If you don't have the ability to have logic and reason, just in case you need some, help you, what they say, help you to put your hand on the dotted lines or to help you trace along the dotted lines. Could you imagine Fear Factor contestants coming out and saying, I want to sue. I want to talk about my experience on Fear Factor. I was forced to be locked in tight places, in confined places with bugs. And it was creepy for me. And even when I was telling the people that I was uncomfortable, they kept filming. Could you imagine that? For those who are awake and those who knows what the show was about, we're going to say, well, babe, isn't that what the show was about? Same thing in Mexican Top Model. Bitch, girls showed up and guys showed up to a show to further their modeling career. They knew that weekly they were going to be faced with challenges. The challengers are not going to be known until that week. They always have a right to opt out the challenges. It just means they're not going to win. And now we're looking back 20 years later, and people are saying, while I was on this show, I was treated unfairly. But you stayed on the show. They're saying I was forced to cut my hair. I was forced to take my wig off. That was so traumatizing for me. But you chose to stay on the show. You chose to let them do that. They tell me, girl, in order for you to be on this show, you got to lose 40 pounds. And then I lose 40 pounds. And then I come back and I sue for medical misuse and all sort of bullshit. Girl, who's the idiot? Like, I didn't have to lose the fucking 30 or 40 pounds. I wanted to because I wanted to be in the fucking competition. Let me look up what competition is for those of you who are fucking dumb and want to play dumb and just is dumb. Let me look up the word competition. And because like I said, I'm sick of sugarcoating shit. Okay. Definition of competition. Let's put it on it. The activity or conditioning of competing, an event or contest in which people compete. The person or people whom one is competing, especially in the commercial or sporting arena. The opposite. The opposition. Do you not know what competing is? What is competing? Striving against one another to gain or win something. So if Eva Marcel and Danielle was on the same season, they are in a competition. If Tyra say there's only one of you that could be a winner between Eva and Danielle, but in order to be a winner, whoever's willing to bleach their hair blonde, you're gonna make it to the next level. Whoever does that decision to do that, they're the ones that are gonna go to the next level. There's no way around that. Danielle cannot be upset about she did not win because she did not want to bleach her motherfucking hair blonde. Duh. So Eva won because Eva faced all the challenges and took on the challenges to go to the next level. And that's why she won. So you're on a competitive show and you do not win. You did not win because you did not win. You were not competitive enough. You did not have one up on the other people you were competing against. And now, as I said, we live in a society where people are losers and they want you to feel bad for them because they're losers, because they're too incompetent to win. Instead of them saying, I don't have the ability to win, I was not willing to sacrifice my freedom and everything to win. Just say that, girl. And even in that moment, you could have said, I don't want to do it and leave. They did not hold you hostage. If that is the case, that's what I want to hear. That Tyra would not let you leave. That you did not want to do the competition, and Tyra and them bullied you into staying by telling you leave, that they're going to expose you or something. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see that you were on a competitive ass show and was forced to compete with other girls who were willing to win the same thing you win, and they say, we want you to prove it. Girl, it's a dog-eat-dog world. So like I said, you people out there, y'all can play that little game. Y'all can have sympathy, honey, for people that lost the competition because they were not competitive enough or they did not do the challenges. And when they did do the challenges, I mean, they did it sloppily. And once again, they did not have to do it. They wanted to do it. They were not held hostage there. You could have sympathy for them. There's two different people in this world, girl. We're not part of the same tribe. We're not compatible energetically. We're not compatible mentally. Because mentally, I'm seeing it's a competition. And like I said, as somebody who's been in competitions, I had a right to either compete or to get the fuck out. And I got the fuck out. And I'm not upset about it. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it and say, I'm so upset that I went to this and missed this and that, told me that I had to do this and that, and I didn't want to do this, that, and blah, blah, blah. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. You were upset because the rules that they had on the game, you thought it was going to be easy peasy. You thought they were going to have you going in there and they were going to say, hey, pose for us. Pose with your leg up. That's what you thought. You thought that you were just the prettiest thing. And that's another fucking thing about these insecure ass, but yet conceited ass bitches. You thought you were the best thing since sliced bread. When you went to America's Next Top Model, you realized that there was other girls that looked better than your motherfucking ass. And you had no way of winning against them. So when these people came to you and said, hey, you want to cut your hair, you want to close your gap. You thought, well, maybe if I close my gap and I cut my hair, Tyra will see me as a better looking bitch than this next girl or these other girls. And because that was not the reason, because these girls are still destined to look better than your motherfucking ass, now it's a motherfucking problem. Oh, it was so harsh. It was harsh conditions. Oh, it was so horrible. Oh, they made us brush our teeth. Oh, they made us take off wigs. Oh, she made us take a shower. Oh, she made us, like, girl, the fuck out of here. Girl, bye. And like I say, anybody who supports shit, girl, you get the fuck out of here too. Because, bitch, you just as dumb. You just as dumb. You dumb 2 times over, girl. Respectfully, girl. God bless you. Now I said, I gotta go. I gotta go. Love and light, honey. I will be back, y'all. Or Zuli, I love you. Okay. No bad blood between us. Okay. Okay. No black, but between us, there's Zooty. I love you, but I gotta go. Okay. But the other show also was never used on Tyra. She was only say because she was famous. You said it. They couldn't stand Eva on her start. Hello. They were also mean to Eva too, Jay. You said it. They were very cruel to Eva. Eva's not out here black talking and back talking and blackmailing Tyra. They were cruel to Eva. They were. They were also cruel to Kyra. Remember, Takara was a plus size model. But like I said, you have these entitled ass bitches that feel like they should have won because they're white or they're skinny or they thought they were the baddest thing motherfucking since sliced bread because their mom and daddy told them that or the niggas who were fucking on them told them that. And when reality hit, now it's, oh my God, I was fooled. Oh my God. This is the wrong information. Oh my God, I was not told. And then you got the stupid ass people who don't have no experience in the modeling industry saying, oh, that was really fucked up. Girl, the world is filled up with fucked up ass people, but we're not going to sit here and talk about everybody who's fucked up. So why are we going to sit here and talk about people that I like that are allegedly fucked up? And they only fucked up because they did their job. When I let you talk about people that you like who has been a fucked up person before they even got famous. But like I said, that's your choice. But I'm not here to convince you not to like them. But it be giving me that people be trying to convince me not to like people or they be trying to bullet me for what I like. Like, girl, the fuck out of here, girl. Just say you like fucked up ass people and that's okay. Just say you like fucked up ass people who became famous because they fucked people to become famous or they had to be something that they're not to become famous. And you don't like people who is real, genuine, and who honestly became who they are because they don't have any issues. That they actually became the boss, the boss by being the boss. Like, I think that boss type people like boss type people. I think that weak people like weak people. That's what I think. I think people that are meant to be workers, they're workers. Some people like working under people. I don't. Maybe I stopped working under somebody, like I said, when I was 17 years old. The last time I worked somebody, I worked for 3 months under them and that was it. Girl, I could not be no grown bitch working under somebody else's guidance, honey. Like, how can I? No, bitch, I do my own research because I'm intelligent. I got my own brain to think and I work for myself. So like I said, I think that boss people, people that are entrepreneur, that got leadership skills or leader skills, I think they like people who also have leader skills. I think people who are not that, they like worker bees. Worker bees like worker bees. And I also think that people talk to their own experience. Tell us your story about what you experienced that made you feel inferior and fucked up on the job. Because it sounds like you have a workplace harassment or a situation that happened that you need to go through and talk to too. That's what they be giving, honey. Because like I said, girl, I had an issue on the job, girl, and I went forward with the girl, and that's why I didn't have to work for 3 years. I didn't have to work for 3 years, honey. From 2008, 2011, I didn't have to work, girl, because I got paid. I was harassed at the job, and bitch, I sought out legal assistance, bitch. And mind you, I was only motherfucking I think 17, 18. I was only 18 years old, bitch. Bitch, I was girl and I sought out legal advice and nobody told me that. I looked that shit up myself. So we're gonna sit here and play these little games and oh, they didn't know and they didn't know to do it and they didn't know where to go. No, they didn't want to. That's what it was. They didn't want to. And now they have the opportunity because they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They can't bring their mom and daddy on America's Next Top Model and read them down. Miss Shandy can't have a one-on-one with her mom and dad. She can't have a therapy session with her mom and dad, but guess who she can do? She can do it with Tyra. Oh, that's so fucked up what you encounter on Tyra. I know it is so fucked up, huh? I want to talk about it. Girl, fuck you. Okay, fuck you, girl. Love it like Jay. Oh my God, your voice is turning me on. Mr. Grab Boy, shut up. Shut up, Mr. Grab Boy. I miss Foshi should have won her cycle. Ebony deserved better as well. Blessed up. Same to you, Jay. Same to you, honey. Ebony. I don't remember Ebony. I have to look her. Oh, I do remember Ebony. The girl who put the petroleum on her skin. Yes, I remember Ebony. Ebony. Yeah, I remember her. Yes, honey. Let me go, honey. I love y'all, honey. Stay blessed. We'll be talking again soon, okay?